Ah, yes, we've all been there before. This shit is more than a game, man. And now, these shirts are more than a game. But did you know that this merch wasn't made only for sportswear? No sirree. This shit more than a game is a lifestyle brand. You can wear the shirts for anything, such as going shopping, working out,
This shit more than a game.
doing chores, setting the mood,
Ooh, yeah, that's that thing I like.
changing a tire, robbing a bank,
Go, 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 go.
jumping a Falcons fan, and so much more. So purchase your official This Shit More Than a Game merch today for the low starting point of $28.03 and let the world know this shit more than a game. Warning, please see a doctor if you feel you've gone too far with taking this shit more than a game. This shit more than a game is not associated or licensed with any organization or entity except for Jono LLC. This shit more than a game is not responsible for any fights caused by the shirts. Jono LLC does not promote or recommend violence of any kind unless it's at the expense of a Falcons fan. They say better late than never. So take that into consideration as I think we're about a week and a half late, but we are going to use this show to discuss the 2024 New Orleans Saints draft. And before we get into that, I don't really have an opening rant, but here's what I'll utilize my opening rant segment for, and it's that, man, it really was a good draft though, right? Like all things considered, like I guess the key word that the franchise on Airline Drive loves to use is vibes. Man, I feel like the vibes for the Saints Who That Nation fan base has been the strongest it's been since September, October. You know, like it seemed like universally, even the most jilted of Saints fans right now were like, that was a good draft. And that was refreshing. Now, does that mean that, oh, we're going to be a great team this year or anything like that? No, but it was nice just for a very short time to have all the Saints fans excited about. And maybe that's just typical fanaticism. You know, fans are always going to get excited about the draft unless you're the Falcons. But it was cool to see the Who Dat Nation, the This Shit More Than a Game Army, all generally seem to be in good vibes and had a good feeling about this 2024 New Orleans Saints draft. So we will get into that in a little bit, but I'm going to use this opening rant for is about those damn 30 birds. Because you see, what really made this draft great was that everybody, and I mean everybody, including the Falcons fans themselves, were clowning on the Atlanta Falcons for taking Michael Penix when they had just signed Kirk Cousins to over, what, $80, $100 million guaranteed. And I will say this is actually going to probably throw some people off, but I understand that the method is probably questionable, but the result, as long as the result is superior results from Michael Penix, then I'll tell the Falcons fans this, and I'll tell even Saints fans and all other opposing fan bases. If Michael Penix is a star, nobody's going to give a damn about the way that the Falcons took him. They're not going to care about, oh, well, they took him the year that they paid Kirk Cousins over $100 million. No, they're only going to care that they have a good quarterback. So while we can get our jokes off him, feel free to, because it's always fuck the Falcons. What we really need to hope for is that Michael Penix is a bust, because then it would just be yet another chapter in a long list of chapters in the Falcons' history, but of them being a clown-ass franchise. But I am sure that their front office is saying, we can take the jokes right now, but if Michael Penix is a star, a Pro Bowl player, an All-Pro in 4 or 5 years, nobody's going to give a damn. Look at the Green Bay Packers. The Packers took a lot of heat when they took Jordan Love, when they still had Aaron Rodgers in that Super Bowl window, and everybody was like, why didn't you take a wide receiver? Why didn't you take somebody who could help Aaron Rodgers right now while they still have the Super Bowl window? Did any of us, especially Saints fans watching Jordan Love dominate the Dallas Cowboys in January, say at any point during that playoff game, oh, yeah, but they still should have took a wide receiver in that draft? No. So I'm sure that's exactly what the Falcons are thinking. They'll be like, we'll take the jokes now, but if Michael Penix is throwing for 4 or 5 touchdowns in the playoffs in 2028, ain't nobody going to be talking about no damn Kirk Cousins contract or anything like that. So I actually see the vision. Maybe we disagree with how they did the vision, but I see the vision and all that to say, unfortunately for you, Mr. Michael Penix, I was a big fan of yours up until 2 Thursdays ago. But the second that Roger Goodell called your name and the second now that you were going to be wearing those ugly-ass black and red colors, I now have to hope, just like I did with Bryce Young, that you are a bust. Charge it to the game, but this shit is more than a game. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Jono Ballin Show, where this shit more than a game.
Perfect.
And y'all know how we got to start off the show, the way we start off every show. And I know it's been a long time since we've done a traditional Tuesday night Jono Ballin show. But let's get the vibe still going strong after that draft and leave a this shit more than the game in the chat right now. It's been a long time, y'all. It's been a long time. Now, I will say it's not been a long time since y'all have seen me and my upcoming co-host, but it's been a long time since we've done an actual Tuesday night show. We've had so much going on. We had live WrestleMania streams that me and Ziggy gave. We had Jason Smith live on the Jono Ballin show, one of the pioneers of this shit more than a game. We had live Pelicans postseason game watch-alongs. Didn't quite go well, but we had live Pelicans watch-alongs that at least we were able to watch it and get mad together as a community. And then we had the live draft 2 weeks ago where we watched the draft in person together as a community. Had a great time. I love watching it with you guys. I actually think I'm motivated after this past month of all the watch-alongs that we did and whatnot, that me and Ziggy were like, we might actually need to do like an actual regular season game where we go live and we watch the game as a clip. We haven't done that in 3 years, actually, and our community has grown crazy since then. So why not have a watch-along during the regular season while we have the whole community together and we can all, in real time, vent about whatever the hell the Saints are going to do in 2024. Or maybe we won't vent. Maybe we won't vent. Maybe we'll actually celebrate, because I know this guy feels like we're going to be celebrating, and y'all know him as the Taysom Hill of the Jono Ballin show. He's the moderator, he's the producer, he's the co-host, and I know he's coming after that draft with a lot of optimism on the show tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my co-host, Ziggy.
Man, what's good, y'all? I hate to say I told y'all so. I hate to say Eric McCoy told y'all so.
What?
But coming out of the draft, now all of a sudden everybody's like, you know what? I see what Ziggy was talking about. Ziggy was right. And I'll just go ahead and, I'll accept all apologies.
What?
Now. What's up, Jerry? I see you in chat.
Ziggy, don't you want to at least wait till like preseason before you can start taking the victory lap?
I'm just saying, man, like, this is going to be a good season. I'm telling y'all.
God.
And once again, thank y'all for inviting me back on the show today. We're going to have a fun show with everyone in attendance today. Appreciate y'all.
So yeah, I gotta say, I mean, I made this meme 3 months ago just for you, but you are once again,
How is that me?
You live. I don't even want to say you need to wait for a splashy move. You live in this is the year that we turn it around circle. Good Lord, Ziggy. I mean, yes, I'll give you your credit. It seems like it was a good draft. I mean, we still got to watch the players actually on the field. We've had a lot of drafts in the past where we were like, oh, this is a great draft, and the players did not pan out. But can we at least see the results first before you come on the show talking about something? I told y'all so. Like, damn, Ziggy.
I've seen enough. NFC South champs. I've seen enough.
You wouldn't be Ziggy if you didn't feel that way. I see a lot of familiar faces in the chat tonight, and I really, really appreciate you all joining us. Again, this is our first traditional Tuesday night show in a while, so it's good to see some of the familiar names like Rose City, like Lucas, like Jerry, like my dog Bruce Saint, like of course Hurricane Mike, Ziggy. Even though we haven't done a actual traditional show in a month, still leaves me voicemails like every other day, no matter what. And I'm like, go ahead, Mikey, get it all out your chest. But I see some familiar names in the chat, and I appreciate
some familiar names. And speaking of familiar names, and people joining chat, we got 26 people watching us live right now, but we only have 6 likes
on
help
YouTube.
Jono, let's help the channel get into the algorithm, and go ahead and hit that like button for us, please.
Yeah, hit that like button, and thanks to over
on YouTube, correct?
We have over 96 people watching on Twitter. So of course, shout out to my Twitter community, man. I went over 10,000 followers on Twitter 2 weeks ago. So thank you to my Twitter community for everybody.
Well, that's for you, bro. That's for you. Y'all give Jono a round of applause. Man. Come on. What's up, McGee?
What you mean? You gave guests longer applauses than that. What the hell?
Oh yeah, I'll give you the rail applause.
You love me, you really love me, but not just the Twitter community. Because Ziggy, today on YouTube, we went over 7,000 subscribers. So honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for getting us over 7,000 subscribers. I believe when I went on live today, just now, we had 7,001. So Ziggy, if I am at 7,001 subscribers when the show is over with, then me and you must not do something right. So let's continue to get them subscribers up. And like Ziggy said, man, if you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button, man, because it helps us in the algorithm and it helps us spread the word that this shit more than the game. But I could not do it without all of my, I guess I'm gonna call them my day ones, man, like my dude St. John Butter, like Jerry, like Rose City, like Bruce Saint, like Lucas. All of you guys are like the foundation of what this channel and what this shit more than a brand stream is all about. My dude Chronicles of the Black Hole, I haven't seen him in a while. My cousin Bad Juju Miko, thank you. He's got his own great YouTube channel that he's building, man. And I appreciate all of you guys for being the foundation for this as we crossed over 7,000 subscribers tonight on YouTube, and as I went over 10,000 followers on Twitter. It's only the beginning, Ziggy, because me and Ziggy and the whole crew, man, we got some big dreams of what this channel can be. Even though Evan talking this shit right now, she said 6,999, too many people subscribe. It's all good. We got some big plans for this show. I mean, look, the reason why we even are doing things like that is because you guys, that's how we were able to get Jason Smith on the show. That's how we were able to get Eric McCoy to come to This Shit More Than the Game studios. And we're doing that at 7,000 subscribers, y'all. Imagine when we get 77,000 subscribers. Imagine when I get that goddamn plaque, which I am still striving for every single day to get over 100,000 subscribers. And I know we will get that. I feel it in my heart. And I'm going to always remember my foundational followers that did it for me. So thank you guys very much. Hey, as well, why are we doing this? We got a super chat.
We already getting a super chat, man. Shout out to Bruce Saint with the $5 super chat. We're going to go ahead and read this off, Jono. Bruce Saint says, I appreciate the show for bringing me much needed entertainment on a Tuesday. Shout out to Bruce Saint.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but like those are probably my favorite compliments. Like when people come up to me or tell me and you that like we brighten up their night or we just made their day, you know, that we bring a little entertainment to them, like all of the stresses of the world, whether it be sports or real life and whatnot, that you and I, hell, even Sean and Evan, like, you know, the whole crew, my wife, you know, my family, all the skits and stuff that we do, the live shows and all that, that we can bring a little entertainment. That honestly makes me feel good. Like that makes it all, like what I had 7,000 subscribers or what I had 7 subscribers, like to bring a little joy to somebody's life, that always makes me feel good. So I appreciate that you feel that way, Bruce, saying that means the world to me, Ziggy. I'm sure you feel the same way.
Yeah, that means a lot, man. For someone, even if you didn't even donate, for someone to just say that they look forward to Tuesday nights to see what kind of shenanigans that Jono, myself, Evan, and Sean are going to get into, that means a lot, man. Because like Jay-Z once said, you know, you could be anywhere in the world. You're here with us, and we appreciate that.
Like my dog Eminem said, the shit more than the game.
Hey,
I know he didn't say that, but I gotta give my dog some love. Speaking of all these rappers, y'all, later on in the show, I know you guys have been talking about, or hearing that at least, unless you're living under a rock, the rap beef heard around the world, and that is Kendrick Lamar versus Drake. So we're actually going to talk about that a little bit. after we talk about the New Orleans Saints. And that's why I always say, Ziggy, that I'm not just a Saints channel. I always correct people, and I appreciate people who consider me a Saints channel, but we're so much more. Like, one, it's the Jono Barnes show, so it's whatever, or the Jono Barnes channel, so whatever I like, we're going to talk about, whether it's wrestling,
That's true.
Saints, Pelicans. But I want to like not box ourselves until it's got to be Saints. No, don't get me wrong. I love that we have such a strong Saints community. But the great thing about this channel is that, man, you guys can hear me and Ziggy. One night we're talking about the Saints draft. The next night we're going to be talking about, I don't know, the Barbie versus Oppenheimer movie debate. Like, we just have so many things. Wrestling like we did for WrestleMania. I'm still mad at my dog Stone Cold for not showing up, but it's been about a month, Ziggy, so I'm starting to slowly, hit the acceptance stage.
He showed up, Chuck. I'm just playing.
Yeah, you giving me PTSD, bro, because I swear I thought we were going to hear that last month. Anyways, but we appreciate all of you guys, and we're going to talk a little bit about that Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef a little bit later in the show. But our first topic of the night, Ziggy, me and you, like I say, better late than never. We didn't do an actual post-draft show because we had so much going on, man. We had the Jason Smith show.
It's a lot.
WrestleMania. It's not like we went away. We ain't leave everybody. We just been doing so many different type of variations of the Jono Barnes show, which we're going to continue to do because, again, we love that you guys rock with us for the watch-alongs, for the recap shows, for all the things like that. But we never actually gave a dedicated show to the Saints show. We even didn't, and maybe we'll do this next week because I think me and you got a lot to talk about with this, the Pelicans season and getting swept by the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking about doing both of these topics tonight, but I say, nah, the Pelicans deserve their own show because as successful, quote unquote, of a season it was, it still feels like it was the weirdest season, in my opinion, in Pelicans history. But we'll get to that possibly next week because we got a lot to say about that.
I got a lot to say about that too.
But let's get into Ziggy, the New Orleans Saints 2024 draft. And I titled this episode, we're going to give the Saints a grade. Now, I know, y'all. I know we even got some voicemails coming up, Ziggy, where people are absolutely correct. You can't grade a draft. Well, you probably, because Ziggy, you already doing victory laps about the 2024 season.
Oh,
but
yeah, A+.
You can't grade a draft right away until you see these guys actually on the field. But what you can do, Ziggy, and what we're going to do tonight is we're going to analyze what we did and, just kind of give our feelings on how we felt the Saints did. And I'll be honest with you, Ziggy, from the jump. Ziggy's been calling me like a pessimist lately. He even called me a pessimist in front of Eric freaking McCoy. I'm like, come on, Ziggy. That's my
y'all go make sure y'all watch that back.
Of course, man. But even a pessimist, I guess, like me, when it comes to the Dennis Allen era, I'll give Dennis Allen this, Ziggy. He always kind of hits home runs in the offseason, right? Like we've had 3. Now, maybe people are going to say this offseason isn't a home run. I would say it's a home run because we're not just throwing big money at free agents.
That's what I was about to say.
Which is what I asked for. I say we need to have like these quiet off seasons where we kind of get our salary cap and whatnot together.
They're not really in a position to be going crazy.
So I'm not even mad at it. But the draft is one way you can cheaply build out your roster. And I think the Saints did a great job at that because you guys have seen it by now. This was the 2024 New Orleans Saints draft with the first round pick and pick 14. We drafted Taliese Fuaga. Yes, Ziggy, I finally learned how to say his name. Taliese Fuaga. The second round pick, Ziggy, this is my favorite pick of all time. My brother, we drafted a motherfucker named Kool-Aid, Ziggy. We drafted a guy named Kool-Aid. I'm gonna give Kool-Aid his own segment because I gotta talk to you like legitimately about my reaction when they called out that man's name on the podium. Now, here's probably
his name is Quincy.
No. That man, mama named him Kool-Aid. We gonna call him Kool-Aid. You see the graphic? Now, the most polarizing but also popular pick, Ziggy, and this is when I might have some fans get a little annoyed at me when I get my analysis on this one. Spencer Rattler with the with the round 5 pick and pick number 150. That's an interesting one, Ziggy. I definitely want to get your thoughts on that one. Then you got Bub Means, another great name, at wide receiver in round 5. We took Jaden Ford of Texas. We took Christian with a K. That's when you know you're a unique person, when you can spell Christian with a K, from North Iowa at defensive tackle. And we took Hosea Ezerim, offensive tackle at Eastern Kentucky. So, Ziggy, when you look at this draft, the way I'm looking at this draft, I genuinely think it was a good draft. Now, does that mean that this is, is guaranteed that they're all going to be great picks? Nah, the draft is hit or miss. And I think the fans actually give our front office a little bit of a hard time because of the misses that we've had with Peyton Turner, with Marcus Davenport, with right now Trevor Penning. Hopefully Trevor Penning turns his career around.
Right.
And they conveniently ignore like the hits, like Lattimore, like Olave, like Brian Breezy last year. And Ziggy, I actually saw an unbiased report where a reporter essentially analyzed the all 32 teams drafts the past 10 years. And guess what the Saints were ranked at as far as like the most successful drafts the past 10 years?
I know that top 15, but if I were to say, I would say I'll say 9th.
Number 8.
Okay, I was close. Okay.
So it's not as bad as fans will always
It's
say,
not
right?
bad.
I know I get fans giving a bubble, say we only focus on like the bad stuff, but like the Saints franchise, all things considered, are one of the better drafting teams. And I think this year is another good draft. Ziggy, let's start off with the number one pick, the first round pick for the Saints. Taliese Fuaga, Ziggy. Now we both say how much we really, really need offensive line help because it seems like Ryan Ramczyk's career sadly is over with. My dog Eric McCoy needs some help. He needs some bodies on that line. He can't block 5 defensive players by himself. So I think while offensive line pick is never the sexy move, I think for probably the first time in years, maybe decades, all the Saints fans were united in saying, yeah, we know that it's not a sexy pick, but we are okay, and we are actually generally excited about this pick. Were you excited about the pick, Ziggy?
Yes. I'm not gonna come out here and act like I knew who the guy was, but after doing my homework on him, Fuaga is a first team All-American, first team All Pac-12, and then second team All Pac-12 in 2022. So in 2023, he was first team All Pac-12 and was an All-American. You know how many colleges and how many teams there are. So for you to come out as an All-American, that's something, that's something to stick your hat on. He's also 6'6", 324. This is a big boy.
Yes, indeed.
So I think it's a much needed addition to the line of scrimmage. That's what we talked about in our conversation with Eric McCoy, and that's what we've been talking about amongst ourselves. And
we tried telling them, right, Ziggy? We tried telling them, Ziggy.
We just said like the line of scrimmage got to get beefed up on both sides, on the offensive and defensive side. But just to answer your question in terms of this, I'm pretty happy with this pick.
I know that I would say to be the first person to say like the Jono Barnes channel, the Jono Barnes show is not the channel you should probably go to for like hard-hitting analysis. There's plenty of great Saints channels for that. But me and Ziggy and the crew, like we drop some gems every now and then. Like having Eric McCoy on the show, we kind of discussed about this being the outcome for the draft, and that's what we had. So sometimes you never know what you find. You can find the most bread and butter results in the most unique places. Let's say that. Because people wouldn't think to come to the Jono Barnes show for top of the line, like, a sneak peek at the draft results. But
a freaking team captain.
We tried telling them, and I say even from there, like Ziggy, you just alluded to, like, I'm gonna be honest, guys. Me and Ziggy, like, we don't be like scouting the draft and stuff before the draft. Like,
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't
know there was a guy named Kool-Aid that existed, and I watched SEC football, and I didn't even know that this guy played at Alabama. We played against him at a shoe, and I did not know there was a guy named Kool-Aid who existed. So I'm not gonna get on my perch and say, oh yeah, but I can't say this is why we are a great channel, because it's a channel where you don't have to be the smartest person in the room to still just talk football, especially Saints football. But Ziggy, you left out the most important part. I love the credentials you listed for Fuaga, but you left out the most important part.
Yeah, that's why you're here, bro. You're going to back me up. Back me up, bro.
I told you on draft night, bro. The guy is Simone. I'm sorry, bro. The guy is Simone. That's all I needed to see. When I saw that he was a Simone, when I saw him, I said, oh, shit. Like, man, me and Ziggy being wrestling fans, them Simones don't play, Ziggy. They don't die, they multiply too. Like there's like a million of them.
They don't play, man.
So even if he's a bust, Ziggy, it's gonna be okay because he's just gonna go to the WWE and become future world heavyweight champion. So we're either cheering for a future Saints Pro Bowl player or we're cheering for a future WWE heavyweight champion. So I love the pick, Ziggy. I love it.
I mean, it was the right move. Everyone always wants to get like a one of those specialty players, like a wide receiver or something like that, but this was the absolute right move to make.
And our dude, Ziggy, Chronicles of the Black Hole is a very great stat that Fuaga has allowed 0 sacks in 3 years. That's good.
You deserve some air horns for that one, Chronicles.
Evan says y'all got money to sign the rookies. I don't think Evan understands how salary cap for rookies work, but he's a Cowboys fan, y'all. So
That's why I laughed at him. That was fun. That was a good joke.
it wasn't because it's not even clever. Like you can sign. That's the purpose of the draft is getting these players
Like,
without having to. Never mind. He's a Cowboys fan.
that's what it's like. I just laugh it off and just keep it moving.
Now here's the thing, though. Now here's an interesting thing because we struck out with Penny. So it kind of put us boxed us in a corner. I mean, now maybe Penny actually turns the corner this year. Hopefully, I'm cheering for him. But it kind of boxes in a corner to have to take a tackle, especially with Ramchek's knee issues, which sadly, Ziggy, all signs are pointing to that he's probably going to retire, which sucks, man, because he was on a trajectory of a Hall of Fame career before his knee started acting up.
Right.
But I was surprised that, like, even, kind of being boxed in this corner of oh man, we gotta essentially take a tackle, that the fan base was pretty united with saying, yeah, we still like the pick though, even though it's kind of due to the sins of our own actions with drafting Penning and him not being as great as we had hoped to be. So it kind of shows you that even the Who Dat Nation and their matters, they still show a little bit of grace. So just because we're mad doesn't mean we don't care, right, Ziggy?
Oh no, you know how it is, man. Like, this is a very loving and caring city. If y'all hadn't seen the interview that Jono and the crew did with Jason Smith, this man went from New Orleans to Philly to Washington, and out of all the cities he's been to, what city did he say that he had the most connection with?
The greatest city in the world, baby.
Damn, man.
New Orleans, and that's New York. That's Philly. Like, these are big markets, and he's saying New Orleans is the greatest city. And I hope that Fuaga and all of these draft picks feel. I'm sure they will. You can't not fall in love with the city of New Orleans. Maybe people don't love living here because of some of the stuff, but you can't help but fall in love with the city. Ziggy. Now, there are, after the draft, there's always reports about what this team, what it did, or what the plan was, or whatnot. There were actually some reports saying that now I don't know if the Falcons put this out because they were trying to cover their ass for everybody giving them heat, but they were saying that the Saints were actually interested in trading up for Michael Penix ourselves, which would have been, wow, that would have threw the Who Dat Nation on fire. Now, I don't know if I believe it or not. I do think that maybe if Penix was available, still at 14, the front office would have had a lot to think about. And there was reports that we were actually going to probably take the tight end Brock Bowers from Georgia if he was still available.
I did hear that. I did hear that rumor.
Let's just play whatever. Like, say Bowers was still there and Fuaga.
And we didn't get. Okay, I was about to say Fuaga
and Keenan. Let's say the Falcons actually didn't do the dumb thing of signing Kirk Cousins to $100 million. They say, okay, we got Kirk Cousins, so we're not going to take a quarter. So all three of those guys are there: Penix, Fuaga, and Brock Bowers. Tight end, quarterback, right tackle. Which pick, if all three were available, would you have taken? Which player, would you have taken of those three if all was still available at 14?
I probably would still take the lineman. Because who's to say if you get Penix back there, he's still gonna be running for his life. You still need a line of scrimmage at the end of the day. You still need an offensive line. Like you said, Eric McCoy needs some help up front. I
would say, Ziggy, this is probably unpopular because the tight end is a sexy pick, right? Like but to me, like, unless Brock Bowers turns into Gronk or Kelsey, like, he's not going to move the needle. I remember all the hype that Kyle Pitts had 4 years ago. And what has he done to help the Falcons? Like, what has he done, period, to be honest? So I get the allure of Brock Bowers, and I'm sure he's going to do real well in Vegas, but it's not a pick that this team needs right now. Like, we're not in the position of drafting luxury players, And then maybe I'll look back on this and look stupid. I mean, not look stupid. I mean, he got taken before we picked, so you can't look stupid. But I'm just saying, like, even if he was available, I'm not drafting a tight end at 14 when our
not
team
the tight end, no.
It's just has so many other issues. I will say this. I liked Penix before the draft. So if he was there and it's between him and Fuaga, I think you always got to go with the quarterback, Ziggy. Like, just in case, off the off chance that quarterback hits. And now because he's a Falcon, I hope he's a bust. I hope he's a goddamn bust. Hopefully
that's true too.
He strikes out in Atlanta, then maybe he'll go to the Raiders or somewhere and go to the AFC. You could do as successful as you want to give a shit about you at that point. But now that he's a Falcon, I hope he's a bust. But if he was still available at 14 for the Saints, it would have been interesting. Like, how would Derek Carr have taken that pick? Like, oh, so I'm not the guy? Because if you taking a
That's
quarterback in the first round, you expecting that quarterback to be your starter within at least 2 years. So that would have been interesting, Ziggy.
That's what I'm about to say. How many years Carr has left on his contract? His current contract?
Yeah,
2
I think we signed him to a 4-year contract.
Okay.
But I think
So-
that after the third year, so not this upcoming season, but the season after, is when you kind of get the luxury to let him go. You could probably let him go this season if he's a bust again.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm not
Okay.
gonna say a bust. He just wasn't.
It just didn't work out.
I mean, he is what he is. We talked about this before. It's looking like I don't know what the fan base expected. Like, this is who Derek Carr has been his whole career. So if you look at the numbers, that's kind of what he's been doing his whole career. So I don't know. I think the fans were hard on Carr this year, but I understand.
I said the same thing. I got
no. I was saying that with you all season. Don't put the mirror on me. I was saying also. I say, look, he's not great, but he's not worth all of this vitriol that you guys are saying. And yet somehow his brother still.
No, you're right. I'm sorry, John. You were saying that with me.
Because
we was telling everybody that they was gonna miss Drew Brees.
True. Who? We tried telling him. We tried telling him. Speaking of Eric McCoy, he had a crawfish ball about 2 weeks ago. Again, Derek Carr was there, and I posted a picture of and the fans were still negative. And I'm like, God damn, what do y'all want the man to do? Y'all say y'all want him in the community. Y'all say y'all want him to be intertwined with New Orleans culture, and y'all still get mad. They're like, oh, he's wearing a white shirt. And I said, well, goddamn, y'all. Shit.
You're a millionaire. He could just buy another one.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Like, damn, y'all. I mean, I get that, he's not popular right now, but we ain't got to hate the man for I mean, they sound like Kendrick Lamar and Drake. I hate the way that you walk. I hate the way that you talk. God damn. At least he's actually trying to take some effort to show that, he wants to be a part of this culture.
The man said he wants to be here.
Him and the team, Eric McCoy was not lying to us, right? He says he loves Derek Carr, that they're friends. And I still be getting people on Twitter. Ziggy, I still be getting people on Twitter saying, he's just lying or what. I'm like, why would he lie to me and you? Why would he invite Derek Carr
to him?
Like, come on, like y'all, like we can be critical of Derek Carr without like exaggerating his faults.
That man can eat crawfish, bro. Without getting criticized.
Come on, Saints fans. Not all Saints fans, but come on, Saints fans. But yeah, Fuaga was a good pick, and I think that he's going to be a dog for the Saints O-line, and hopefully with him, McCoy and Ruiz as the anchors. We still got questions at guard and left tackle. Hopefully, Penny and Ziggy is that guy. Andrews Pete just signed with the Raiders, so we can't rely on him because I thought we were actually going to try to get him for cheap now that the draft is over, but we don't have him to kind of be that. I know Andrews Pete was a polarizing player, but he was dependable. That's one word I would say about him. He was dependable, not injury-wise, but like, when we
I know what you meant.
He wasn't the greatest player, but he was, he wasn't the worst either. So we'll see what we do with those other two positions. But I feel better about the offensive line today than I did 2 weeks ago, albeit I still think that we need some bodies on the offensive line because I don't think that it's at a spot where I would feel comfortable if I were Derek Carr. But we'll see, Ziggy. But let us know in the comments, y'all. How do y'all feel about the look what Dana said? See,
I want to be
on, Dana. Show some grace now. He's trying. Give him an A for effort. Even if he did peel the crawfish back, give him an A for effort.
If he had on gloves to feel.
Let me and Ziggy know in the comments how y'all feel about the Fuaga pick. And while y'all do that, Ziggy will talk about our second round pick. And
you mind if I jump in before you
go
to our next pick?
Go ahead.
I'm looking right now across all platforms. Jono has 474 people watching across all platforms, man.
What a bump.
Everyone on Twitter, man. Shout out to y'all on Twitter for coming through and showing love. But if you are not following Jono on YouTube, that's like his main platform, please go over, just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, show the homie some love, man, because a lot of stuff that he does gets put on YouTube that you might not see on some other platforms. So make sure you show the homie some love, man. And for those that are already on YouTube, man, hit that like button for us, man. Help us get into that algorithm.
Like I said, y'all, today we went over 7,000 subscribers.
7,000, 7K.
That's crazy to me. Thank you guys to everybody who subscribes on YouTube. And we went over 10K on Twitter last week. So to the Twitter people, to the YouTube people, even to the Facebook people. I think I only got like 100 on there. But thank you guys. I mean, we got over 500 people watching right now, Ziggy. So again, this community is legit, man. Watching. This community is legit. And St. John has a great comment. You know what, Ziggy? This is a good. You know what? We're gonna kind of call the audible right quick. St. John, I hope you're still watching. He says, I need a hype man like Ziggy in
that's
my
what
life.
we do, bro.
Ziggy.
We boost each
No,
other up.
Ziggy. No, don't poke your chest out. I saw the clip and you forgot to delete it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll show y'all an exclusive clip. Ziggy doesn't even know that I saw this. Him and Sean, who are working on their own podcast that will advertise in future episodes, they were doing like a little test run behind the scenes. So I'm working on my assets together for the Jono Barnes show. And I said, oh, look, Ziggy and Sean had a test run episode. Man, look what happened when I clicked on the test run episode. Look what Ziggy and Sean did, what they thought that I was not going to see.
Okay, so just making sure. Mic check. 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right. Welcome to the Jono Barnes show. This shit's more than a game.
You know, this shit more than a game, man.
That's how I sound to you, Ziggy. Ziggy, that's how I sound to you and Sean. So that's what it is, right? That's what it is, right? I sound like Kermit the Frog to you? God damn. Boy, I saw that. I was like, you got to be out your a hype man. St. John, he ain't no damn hype man. He's
Hey, he do be sounding like that.
Man, get out of here. You and Sean can kiss.
Hey, look, see, Evan.
It ain't funny. I saw that, bro. Pause. I had the dick look. I was like, what? Because you know I'm watching. I'm like, oh, look at my dog. You know, showing me some. Hey, shit, man, in the game. That's how I sound to y'all.
One of your commercials, you do sound like that.
7,000 followers. Subscribers on YouTube. 10,000 followers on Twitter. Got people at Jazz Fest topping me saying this shit more than the game. Jono, you see, y'all got my voice messing up already. That's how I sound to y'all. The brand is going to new heights, and that's how I sound to y'all. We got t-shirt sales and everything, but this shit more than the game. That's how you view it, Ziggy. All right, Ziggy. And everybody laughing in the comments. What y'all mean? All right, Hurricane Mike on my side. Come on now. And you know what? I'm glad that I want to address this guy too, because he ain't off the hook. He ain't off the hook. I'm gonna bring him on the show right now. Sean, what the hell was that all about, Sean?
What's good, Sean?
I mean, damn, bro. Really? I'm sorry,
Jono.
Jono.
Your little fancy microphone and everything.
Okay.
It's all right. It's all right, bro. It's all right. How you doing? First of all, how you doing? That's the question. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I got over 7,000 subscribers on YouTube today, Sean. Got 10K on Twitter. Apparently,
okay.
You bougie now. When I get over those numbers, you bought a brand new mic and stuff. You feel like the money about to really start coming in, huh? Damn.
I mean, I gotta try to step up my game to keep up with y'all, man. I mean, we gotta do big things, bro. Big things. But you do kind of sound like that, though, Jono. I'm sorry, dog. But I did promote. Look, but I did promote it. I said this shit's more than a game. And Ziggy just put it as he put his 2 cents in, bro. I didn't have nothing to do with that. So, but what's up, everybody, man? This shit's more than a game community. It's your boy Sean S. Ryder. How y'all doing today? Jono, Zig, what's good?
Man, we got almost 600 people watching us live across all platforms, Sean. So you jumping right in, big dog. We just went over the first round draft pick for the Saints. And we were just addressing the community, and then you jumped on in.
I'm kind of curious to see what my boy Jono has to say about this Saints draft.
Sean, if you came on the show looking for negativity, you ain't gonna find it, because I feel like the Saints had a very, very good draft. Now we'll get your opinion overall about the Saints draft in a little bit. You missed our discussion on
What's up, Jerry?
You missed out. Why is Evan not on the show? Evan, we was talking about something. I can't wait to come on the show to talk about the Cowboys draft, and now
he getting ready for one of the greatest players in the NBA right now, bro. They play tonight, bro.
I'm kind of glad. You know what? Now that I think about this again, I'm kind of glad that Evan ain't on the show, because I know he would have been talking about the Mavs
nonstop.
About the Pelicans and the Sixers are eliminated. So it's actually probably good that Evan ain't on the show. But Sean, here's a pick that no matter what, and my girl Miss Demeanor just mentioned it. She must have heard a bug in her ear. A pick, Sean, that you cannot hate on. You just can't hate on this pick, Sean, and that is Kool-Aid, Sean, the Saints, Sean. We drafted a guy named Kool-Aid. Sean, while I give you the floor, how can you possibly hate on a player named Kool-Aid?
You can't, because shit, I used to drink Kool-Aid coming up, bro. You know, in the summertime, nice picture of Kool-Aid.
Yes,
you
indeed.
Know, with some bologna.
What's your favorite flavor?
Oh, man, fruit punch, tropical punch. I don't know.
Okay. What about you, Ziggy?
I'm gonna go with the cherry flavor, bro.
I feel like
man.
cherry's overrated, Ziggy. I really do.
I'm at
Yours?
I'm gonna go with the. What you got?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I like strawberry.
All right, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Strawberry, black cherry. Actually, Kool-Aid actually already has a sponsorship with Kool-Aid, and they're making specialized Kool-Aid package for him called, I believe, Blitz Black Cherry. So I can't wait to try that out. Hey,
I
Kool-Aid,
just hope
y'all.
it's not whatever you just pulled up, that yellow. That don't look right.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
They look
That's
like
like
some
lemonade orange.
They look like some you getting ready to start your new job and you gotta go through the.
That was the picture that I utilized to welcome good old Kool-Aid McKinstry to the city of New Orleans. And if Kool-Aid McKinstry is listening, you are welcome to the Jono Bone Show any day of the week. And if the Kool-Aid Company is listening, y'all are more than welcome to send us some of those Blitz Black Cherry flavors, and we will definitely for free because we love Kool-Aid. We're black. We love Kool-Aid. We'll promote y'all Kool-Aid for free, and we'll get the whole community on some Kool-Aid. It was a great pick, y'all. You know why? Because I was like so excited about this pick of Kool-Aid McKinstry that, and y'all know I'm not really much of a film study guy, but I was like, I gotta watch film on Kool-Aid to like see the greatness about Kool-Aid. So even the day after the draft, even though I was going to Jazz Fest today, I spent my whole morning watching Kool-Aid film. And look at that, y'all. Look at that, man. I was watching some great in-depth analysis of Kool-Aid, and I was like, oh yeah. I see why Kool-Aid is such a very popular pick.
I saw what you did there. You said, oh yeah.
Yeah, they were talking about like containment and that you got to make sure that the containment is strong. I was like, I like that in the cornerback. They were like that. You don't want it to be too sweet. I said, that's perfect about New Orleans because it ain't shit ever too sweet here in New Orleans. But I was watching the game field on Kool-Aid. And I was like, yeah, man, I like Kool-Aid. I like Kool-Aid a lot. You see how into it? It's like, you see, like, people think I'm just a skit guy, but you see, like, how in-depth I am with my film study. I'm like all into the TV. I'm doing all of my X's and O's to make sure I give all of our Saints fans who watch this show the most great. That doesn't even phonetically sound right. The greatest Saints analysis you can have. Who else is doing Kool-Aid study like this?
Hey,
Right,
John. No one else is. Right here on the Jono Bone shows where you're gonna get that kind of content.
Only one channel, and that's the Jono Bone channel. Ziggy and Sean, I'm gonna be honest. Like, again, I wasn't like nose deep in draft analysis reports and stuff. So
not nose deep.
I don't all in it. So I don't
pause.
I'm no Diddy, no Drake.
Yeah, no Diddy.
I don't. I'm surprised because he plays for Alabama. So I don't know how this guy went off my radar, but like I'm watching the second round pick. I had my mom made me some delicious dinner. So I'm just chilling. I'm like, okay, who we gonna take? I'm thinking we're about to take like offensive tackle again or whatever, wide receiver maybe. Man, this man came to the podium. It was Taysom Hill, of course, the great Taysom Hill, Ziggy. And he said, Kool-Aid. Ziggy, I wish I was recording my reaction for that pick. I was like, did this man just botch the name? Like, who? I was like, I know I just hear this boy say Kool-Aid. And then the name came up on the screen. Excuse the language, y'all. I was like, yo, this nigga name is Kool-Aid. Hey, greatest Saints pick of all time. Automatically, no matter what. The greatest Saints draft of all time. We got a mother named Kool-Aid on the team, y'all. Kool-Aid.
Hope Kool-Aid can contain stuff on the field.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Sean, because we read this off our other draft pick. Kool-Aid is a first-team All-American in 2023. He's a two-time first-team All-SEC in 2022 and 2023.
Okay. So
and he tastes delicious, right? Pause.
Oh,
huh?
Hey.
All right. Yeah.
Kool-Aid tastes delicious, right?
So anyway, wow. So
oh hell no! What?
Oh man. So you know what this means, right?
What it means,
you know what this means, huh, Jono?
What it means?
Do I smell a trade coming upon the Saints with Marshawn Lattimore?
It's easy. We were having fun. We were talking about how Kool-Aid tastes delicious. And the drink, of course, just a drink. And of course, Sean wants to try to draw a black cloud over the good vibes of the Saints. But it's a legitimate topic, Ziggy. He is a cornerback. You don't draft a cornerback that early in the draft if you're not planning to play him. So, no, Ziggy, get your mind out the gutter right quick. Ziggy.
You started this.
Right. You opened the floodgates for that.
No, I said Kool-Aid taste is a factual statement. Does Kool-Aid taste delicious, Sean?
No.
What you mean? You just said your favorite flavor was tropical punch.
Say the drink. You can't just say, "Oh, Kool-Aid." You got to be very clear what you speak. So you have to say the Kool-Aid drink.
Just went left.
Yeah, you can't just say, "Oh man, Kool-Aid tastes." No Diddy. No Diddy. You better be very clear this season coming up, Jono. I'm telling you, bro.
Man, look, this shit more than a game. This shit more than a drink. People who know, they know. Ziggy,
yes, sir.
How do you feel about Marshawn Lattimore's future in New Orleans now that we just drafted? Because we got Kool-Aid, we got Lattimore, we got Adebo. I say Adebo. Y'all told me about my game tonight. Sean, everything was going fine until you came on the show. We got Adebo and we got Alante Taylor. That's 4 worthy starters. Can everybody play at once, right? So I feel like, me personally, I don't think Lattimore is going to be traded this season unless some team comes with a can't-miss offer, but I do think that his time in New Orleans is not for long. Like, I don't think if he's not traded this year, I think next year is probably his last year.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like we said in our postseason episode that we did about the Saints recapping the season, I was saying that I think that they could potentially work things out. So hopefully I'm going to try to hold on to that, and hopefully they can come to some sort of resolution to whatever issues that they're having with between the team, between Dennis Allen or whoever it is he has an issue with. Hopefully they can come to some sort of resolution, because he is definitely someone pivotal on that defense. The defense is better with him lining up than with him not on it. So imagine him, Kool-Aid, all these guys. Like, that's what you want. You want to stack the deck. You don't want to get rid of one to,
right.
They got to try to work this out.
I think Lattimore's a top 3 corner. I do. I mean, he got to stay healthy. Now it's 2 seasons in a row where he didn't finish the season. So I would say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Third time, it is what it is. So we'll see how his health looks this year. But now you also got to understand, though, Ziggy, Adebo, his contract is coming up, I believe, after the season. And the way he's playing, he's obviously going to net a lot of money. So it's a thing. I'm sure the front office is thinking ahead. Like, do we pay Adebo? Do we trade Lattimore? Do we keep Lattimore and play Kool-Aid then? Or do we pay Adebo? We got Kool-Aid on a cheap contract. We let Lattimore go. I understand that from a business standpoint, you got to look at it like that. So, Sean, you brought it up. So what do you think is the future for Marshawn Lattimore?
Yeah, what you think, Sean?
I don't know, bro. It's a tricky situation, because I see what Zig and both of y'all was talking about, like keeping him and trying to resolve the issues. I'm to say this: if they don't trade him before the season start, it's a possibility they're gonna see what can happen during the season. But I wouldn't be shocked if they trade him mid-season, bro, just to like get some type of draft picks for him. Like you said, Jono, it would have to be something very worthy of the Saints' attention to trade Lattimore. You're not just gonna trade him for no 4th or 5th round pick. You're not. Come on now, they're not that stupid. It would have to be something that's gonna be like, okay, we got Kool-Aid up, and you could develop him hopefully into your next number 1 corner. You got Adebo, you got Taylor, so you're kind of pretty set at cornerbacks. You know what I'm saying? So
set, kind of. You say kind of, Sean. We got the best cornerback core in the league.
I don't know about we
got a better cornerback crew, and that's even before
we're gonna pump the brakes on that. You might want to go look up in New York. You might want to look at New York Jets.
Stop.
Yes.
Stop. Sauce Gardner-Johnson. Yes. You think Sauce Gardner-Johnson is better than Lattimore?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yes. And I think his counterpart is better than Adebo. The facts told it. Are we going to sit here and talk about how Saints corners was getting burnt? Please don't start with me, Jono.
No, we were not getting burnt. There's one thing I give Dennis Allen credit for. That man can coach up a defense, and our cornerbacks have been great the past few years.
What? What you said?
Great, Sean. Great.
So Minnesota wasn't carving up them cornerbacks when y'all played them.
You're gonna use one game to get the stat. Ziggy, if you can you put up the?
Put up the stats. You can pull up all the stats all you want, bro.
Sean's being
They
a
was
hater like
getting
Kendrick
cooked.
Lamar.
They was getting cooked. Yes, cooked.
Sean does this. He makes great points, and all of a sudden it just goes left like this.
He a hater. He like Kendrick Lamar. He the biggest hater.
Oh,
Man, get out of here. You're right. You heard secondary. I get your defense. I don't know about no secondary now. Secondary was terrible last year.
Sean, were you able to watch any of Kool-Aid's games or film this past season, or even after we? How do you feel about him as an overall player?
Also on a serious note, I actually think that it was a tremendous pick. For y'all, I mean, it was kind of high. Y'all traded up for him, so apparently that's why I bought up the Lattimore, because you're not trading, you're not trading up that high in the second round just to draft a cornerback. Like you said, John, that could have been an offensive tackle, that could have been a wide receiver, another, playmaker on the outside to pair up with Olave. So, I mean, I think it's a great pick. We'll see. I think it's gonna probably take him a year or two to kind of really get his feet wet, but I wouldn't be shocked if he is on like a rookie of the year type, award for next year. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna speak facts, bro. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't be shocked, but we shall see though. But you're not drafting somebody like that if Lattimore is not on the trading block or in the discussion at least. Or Jono, it could be a plan B just in case Lattimore does get hurt.
Yeah, you got it's kind of like Zion. Like, you can't go into this, and I know Pelicans talk, but like, you'll be crazy to go into this offseason saying, now we're just going to rely on Zion. Like, when the players start showing you that the body's breaking down, you got to have some type of contingencies plan in place in case the body breaks down again. So I give you that. You see, Sean can provide good analysis when he wants. I don't know why he becomes such a hater sometimes, man. But all that to say, guys, you can give me the X's and O's. You can give me the film study. You can give me what he does great. You can give me all the future talk about what it means for our cornerback crew. At the end of the day, this guy's name is Kool-Aid. His name is Kool-Aid. That's all that needs to be said. Greatest Saints draft pick of all time. Kool-Aid McKinstry, if you're watching, we welcome you on the Jono Barnes Show any day of the week. Now,
Kool-Aid daiquiris in the dome.
Let's get, guys, to the most polarizing pick. Definitely the most debated pick. Definitely going to be the pick that could legitimately, honestly, make this the greatest Saints draft of all time. If you listen to what Saints fans are projecting for this guy, but we took Spencer Rattler in the 5th round. Now, Spencer Rattler at one point was hyped up to be like the Caleb Williams of quarterback. Like, everybody assumed he was going to be a number 1 overall pick when the time came. He was supposed to be a Heisman winner, all this and that. He did a documentary when he was a high schooler on Netflix that actually, even though he wasn't in college yet, kind of plummeted his value a bit because he was a bit of an asshole. Now, who wasn't, is anybody the same now that they were in high school? Like, we all go through our character developments in high school. So I didn't watch the documentary that he was on, but I did see a few clips and yeah, he was a dick, but I'm not going to hold that against him when he was in high school. A little bit of character concerns because when Caleb Williams wound up taking his spot in Oklahoma, they say that Spencer Rattler didn't quite take too kindly to that. I can understand that. Like, who wants to get benched, right? Like, who wants somebody to come take their job from them? So I'm not too mad at that. But they say that since then, especially at South Carolina, he's been essentially a model citizen. So here's my thing, and I kind of got a lot of flack for it on Twitter when we drafted him. My first reaction was, well, this either means that Spencer Rattler is going to be a wasted pick, or that Jake Haener last year is going to be a wasted pick, because we just took Jake Haener at quarterback last year. So my thought was, because I feel like Carr's going to be the starter for this year, guaranteed, maybe even next year. I'm not the biggest, or maybe I'm just tired of us always drafting quarterbacks in late rounds who don't amount to shit. The real ones know Garrett Grayson. The real ones know Ian Book. Like, we drafted quarterbacks in late rounds, and every quarterback that we've drafted in the late round, there's always a contingency of Saints fans who hype them up. Oh, Ian Book is going to be great. He's killing it in the training camp. Oh, Jake Haener is going to be great. Jake Haener was the MVP of training camp for the first 2 weeks last year. Well, I guess he wasn't that much of an MVP in training camp if we took Spencer Rattler. this year. And I get it. Especially Rattler, of all the quarterbacks that we've taken in the past decade in the draft, has the best pedigree of any of the prospects that we've taken. So I can't get mad at when we had 3 fifth-round picks using one on a quarterback. Because like I told you, Ziggy, when I say if Michael Penix was available at 14, I probably would have took him. It's never the worst thing to, keep striking for a quarterback until you hit a home run. What I'm also a bit confused at is that, Saints fans, and maybe it's because they hate Derek Carr so much, but they like talking about this guy as if he's like the guaranteed next franchise quarterback of the New Orleans Saints. And I'm like, slow y'all roll, y'all. Slow y'all roll. He has a great pedigree. He has some great physical attributes that can potentially make him a franchise quarterback, but I'm not going to hail this guy as our next franchise quarterback. I'll be honest. I still don't think like the next, I don't want to say next Drew Brees. That's not fair to any quarterback who plays for the Saints, but the next actual great Saints quarterback is still on this roster. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Spencer Rattler is a great quarterback, but I feel like I got a theory actually, Ziggy and Sean. We have not drafted a quarterback in the first round since Archie Manning some 40 years ago. I truly believe in 4 years we're going to finally draft a first-round quarterback, and it's going to be Archie Manning. It's going to be like one of the biggest full-circle moments of all time. Archie Manning is going to be the highest-selling Saints jersey of all time. The only person who could sell more jerseys than Archie Manning if they became a New Orleans Saint was if Drew Brees' kid became a quarterback, and Brees Jr. would be the biggest Saints selling jersey of all time. But before him, it would be Archie Manning. I think Archie Manning is going to be our future quarterback. I just got to feel it in my stomach. That's how it's going to go down. But Saints fans, let them tell them right now, Spencer Rattler is the next quarterback for our future franchise quarterback for the next 10 or 15 years. Ziggy and Sean, I'll start with you, Ziggy, because you're actually a Saints fan. What do you feel about Spencer Rattler's future in New Orleans? Do you think that, one, it was a good pick, and two, do you think that he has the potential to be a franchise quarterback?
I feel like the jury is still out. Like looking at this gentleman's stats from his time with South Carolina, very middle of the pack. I'm gonna just be honest. 18 touchdowns, 12 picks in 2022, 19 touchdowns, but 8 picks in 2023. No SEC honors or anything like that. So, his college stats aren't really like jumping out of the screen at me. So it's like kind of see why he kind of fell in the draft in a sense.
What about you, Sean?
Like, have y'all seen anything or heard anything about this guy other than the hype? Like, this is just numbers and like production on the field.
That's
what I'm saying.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I think that I don't know, bro. We could be wrong. Sometimes you could find a gem in these late rounds and stuff, but I don't see anything that flashes off the page. Of course, they said he has a big arm. I guess he can make all the throws, but I guess the character when he was at Oklahoma, you seen how he reacted. Like when Caleb Williams took his spot, he didn't react well, which I think that's another topic for another time. The transfer portal. Of course, if things don't work out, they go somewhere else and start or whatever. But I don't think he has that quality of being a leader, somebody that can give you that energy. Like, oh, this is the guy. I could be wrong, but I don't see anything that flashes off the page with him. Like, he might make the throws on tape, on video, but I don't know, Jono. I think you gotta wait and see, bro.
And he's 6 foot and a quarter inch, if you want to get technical, and he's 211. So he's 6 feet tall, 211.
So do y'all think that the hype for him, one, is because he's a known name? Again, he was a very hyped up prospect coming into college. But two, do y'all think that because Saints fans are just so fed up with Derek Carr that they're like, oh yeah, this is the guy?
I think the Saints fans, just to be honest, I think they're probably still going to wait. Like you said, Arch Manning or another quarterback draft. I don't think that this is the guy, John.
I don't know, Sean. And it's the offseason, so of course it's when fans are the most delusional. But like, there's some fans from the social media bubble. I know social media isn't the real world, but they're like talking as if Spencer Rattler is going to be that guy.
I think it's because of their hate for Derek Carr. Is like,
I would say this, John. I would say this, Jono. All right, so it's 2 different rounds too, because Jordan Love got drafted in the first round, and everybody, of course, they said when he finally had his opportunity, he was garbage. He was trash. Like, how can he be the heir apparent to Aaron
That's very true.
Rodgers in Green Bay? And it's different picks too. Don't get me wrong. He was a first round pick. Rattler was a fifth round pick. But we didn't seen quarterbacks go in the first round that never panned out to be great quarterbacks at all. But I'm just saying, you have to wait until you actually see him play. Like, preseason, yeah.
That's fair.
But I feel like at some point, whether Carr, we know he's a tough guy, Iron Man. He rarely wants to miss a game, but if he does get hurt, maybe that'll show us like how Rattler performs. I don't know. If Derek Carr, do you think if Derek Carr plays bad at any point this season, even though he's getting paid all that money, they would pull him? If y'all like out of contention, Jono, or anything like that?
No, I don't think that. But I do think that even when we're still in contention, the first time Derek Carr throws a pick or multiple picks, fans are going to be saying Rattler, Rattler. Like he's going to be the biggest fan favorite. He's going to be the most popular player besides Kamara at this point. Like, they always say the backup quarterback is the most popular player, but for sure now, with this, like the fans, this is the guy. This is the guy. Again, maybe he is the guy. I hope he is. I mean, I'd cheer for anybody who puts on that black and gold laundry. From all the interviews I've seen from him since he got drafted, he seems like Sean. He's got his character together. Like he's learned from his mistakes. He's maturing, and he's taking a step to be a better leader. It's going to be fun to see him in training camp and preseason and see like how he looks. But I just think fans are getting a little overboard with like crowning him already as the future of the Saints, and that's probably because, like Ziggy says, Ziggy, I agree with you. I think they hate Derek Carr so much that any quarterback that we take at this point, they're like, "Oh, he's the future. Get Derek Carr out of here. He's the future." But when you got a quarterback like Rattler who has a known name and has a popular pedigree, if you want to say, then yeah, it's going to be some funny, spooky hours when Derek Carr has a bad game because the fans are going to be rallying for Spencer Rattler to get some playing time. But
gotta see.
I mean, he was considered a 5-star quarterback coming out of high school. So.
Yeah, no, the hype was everybody. If you're a college fan, the hype was crazy for him.
When he was at Oklahoma, they were already projecting him to be the number 1 overall draft pick.
Yeah, like look at the comments. Montag says he's the future. Young Hitter says Spencer Rattler time. Like the fans are already on the Spencer Rattler.
What's up? I don't remember those names. What's up, Mont Dog? What's up, Young Hitter?
Now, again, I took a little heat. It happens. I got a big platform now. So my first thought was, well, why the hell did we take Jake Haener last year? And the fans were like, well, you never can, stop taking quarterbacks until you find one, which I get. I understand. It was a 5th round pick, Ziggy. So I'm not like losing sleep that we took him in the 5th round. Maybe I'm just so jilted from our quarterback process of drafting in the past that I'm like, we'll see. And I hope he turns out to be great, y'all. If he does, again, it makes this draft even greater. Like we got a guy named Kool-Aid. We got our franchise quarterback. We got a future WWE heavyweight champion in this draft. Like, sign me up, right? But I'm not going to be as quick to crown a guy as the future like other Saints fans are. If he winds up just being a good backup for us, I'll be very happy with that. I really would. It makes you wonder what's the future for Jake Haener because, again, we ain't. Well, maybe we will. I mean, Taysom too is taking up a quarterback spot technically.
Yeah,
but,
Taysom.
Are we going to keep 4 quarterbacks? Is Jake Hayner's time in New Orleans coming to an end? Even though he only played, even though he was only with us for 1 season, like what's the quarterback situation going?
I would definitely try to keep Taysom as long as we can.
Oh yeah, absolutely. As long as that man got some gas in the tank, absolutely. Bruce Saint asks, his question is, what makes Rattler different from Ian Book or Jake Haener? I feel like some fans are always jumping the gun. I agree. Now, I will say this. Again, Rattler has a way better pedigree. If you watch game film, Rattler has a way, physical too. He has way better physical tools than Sean. I was watching some throws that Rattler makes, and good Lord, that kid has a cannon. Like, he has the physical ability. Now, his pocket presence and stuff like that needs a lot of work. It's like the things that Drew Brees spoiled us with that we tried telling him they're going to miss when he's gone. So, but like from a physical ability standpoint, it's no question. Like Rattler is miles ahead over like what Ian Book and Jake Haener was. But again, it's also those 2 names. It's like, I remember Saints fans were hyping up Ian Book. I remember Saints fans was hyping up Jake Haener. It seems like we always hype up these late round quarterbacks, and it's like, let's just slow our roll and see what happens.
Yeah, I think Spencer Rattler, he does have the capabilities to make all the throws that is necessary for an NFL quarterback. I watched a few of his games. Like, he has games where he flashes. You'd be like, wow, like he's really like he's throwing the ball with accuracy. He's hitting the receivers. Like, he's doing everything. And then he got games, like you said, his pocket presence needs to improve. But I think, to be honest with you, it's the mental game too, Jono. Like, how much of the playbook, especially this is being a new offense, how much of the playbook can he really tackle? You know what I'm saying? That's what separates. You can have all the physical abilities you want, but if you don't have the mental capacity to grasp the playbook, I mean, you really not. You got to separate yourself from the others mentally. Yeah, physically, he got it. Like, he shouldn't have no. To me, I wouldn't be shocked if he is like probably number 2, depending on Taysom Hill. If he's number 2 or 3,
I don't think Taysom Hill is considered an actual.
He's a tight end.
Yeah, so the backup spot
right,
now, unless Nathan Peterman or Eric McCoy's guy, Kellen Mond shows out in training camp. It seems like the backup positions between Jake Haener and Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, bro, it's I don't know, bro. You gotta see. Me personally, I have to see how a person plays in the game. We can talk about all this stuff, but until I see it on the field, bro, you know, it's too early, bro. You can only just put your input and go from there, Jono. But I wish the homie a best. I mean, he's good enough to get drafted in the NFL. So he has to be somebody seeing some type of potential in him. And look, at this point, Jono and Zig, can we really write off any quarterback? I mean, did we actually think that Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, was going to be good?
Well,
come on, Jono. The last pick of the draft.
That's the easy way out. Like, you can always point to the outlier. Brock Purdy's an outlier, Sean.
Well, let me ask you this.
Quarterbacks that were bust. Like, you can easily point to the outlier and say, "Oh yeah."
All right. Well, let me ask you this.
What about Brock Purdy? Yeah, that's like
so
1 in 25 times it happens. You know, like the odds ain't good.
All right. So let me say this then.
Evan,
do you think Brock Purdy would have been as good as he has shown without that system and the weapons around him?
That's another thing. System matters. So.
Right.
Ziggy, I'm wondering if Clint Kubiak said Spencer Rattler can work in my system.
That's what somebody said in the comments a little further up, that there was
that was the Kubiak pick.
Which, okay, you know, and if Kubiak is the guy, if he's great, then that means the Saints had a good year, right? So,
and Bruce Saints giving Sean some flowers. He said, "I really appreciate Sean's input, especially from someone who is not a Saints fan."
I think that's the first time Sean got a compliment from somebody on his. That's actually why, Bruce. That's actually why we have Sean on the show. Like, we don't want to just be a Saints echo chamber. We want unbiased opinions. Now, sometimes Sean and Evan take their unbiased and they turn it into hate, but we like having somebody who isn't black and gold glasses to kind of like give us their opinion on the Saints, which is why we have him on the show. System matters, and Saints system been broke since Sean Payne and Drew Brees left. Well, Evan, we'll see if Clint Kubiak can fix that system, because we finally are not looking in the rear view with Sean Payne. We're finally going forward, and Clint Kubiak is in that Kubiak system that Sean McVay comes from. Maybe it works out for Derek Carr. Maybe it works out for Spencer Rattler. We'll see.
Why everybody saying certain people gonna be in the UFL?
Yeah, and why the UFL taking heat like that? What's wrong with the UFL now? Put some respect on the Rock name, right, Ziggy?
I'm still mad we lost our breakers, bro.
Yeah, man, that's why y'all.
I was kind of salty about that.
Y'all be taking shots at my dog Stone Cold in the group chat. Y'all need to take shots at the Rock. He took away our UFL team, man. A US, what was it before they combined? Whatever. The breakers was breaking them, Ziggy. The breakers were breaking them, and the Rock hating on us, man. That's why I'm mad at the Rock. But all right, y'all, let's wrap up the segment. We gotta get to our final picks. We don't have to go into depth with all these picks, but Bub Means, great name, wide receiver from Pitt. Then you got Jaden Ford, Christian Boyd, and Hosea Ezeram. I'm probably botching the shit out of his name, but I did learn to say Taliese Fuaga, so that's all that matters. All in all, Sean, Mr. Unbiased Man, what would you grade the Saints 2024 draft?
Looking at the names on here, I'll say a B+.
Okay,
wow. B+. I like I said, I like the first round draft pick, the offensive tackle. That's going to be great to pair along with Eric McCoy, and I guess that's also I guess Ramchek, just to kind of get younger on the offensive line, get stronger up there. I like the Kool-Aid, of course, the Kool-Aid pick. I think there's some trade. To me, like I said, you don't draft a cornerback that early, but I think he's going to be a hell of a player in due time. And y'all were just building the offensive line. The wide receiver from Pitt, I've seen a couple of Pitt games. I guess he could be a solid slot receiver, depending on, how everything works out. But I give it a solid B. I ain't going to hate. Solid B.
Ziggy, what do you
Sir.
grade the Saints draft?
I'm gonna give it a B plus as well. I'm right here with Sean. Very solid draft. I think we checked every box that we needed, especially once again the line of scrimmage. We got the defensive tackle. Also, shout out to Bub Means. He had a cup of coffee over there at Louisiana Tech.
Really?
He also runs a 4.4 in the
Nice.
in
Needs
the
speed,
40-yard
needs
dash.
speed.
He's 6'1".
Okay.
Hey, I'm sorry, not to cut y'all. Is that Texas? Is a running back or a linebacker?
Which one?
Jalen Ford. I thought he was a linebacker.
No, he is. I think that might be a graphic
Typo?
error on
Okay.
USA
Now,
Today's part.
I
but-
will say this, Jono.
Maybe he got switched to running back, and the Saints haven't told everybody the great playing yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I think linebacker, that was a good thing to address. Of course you got Davis and you got some young, but I think you could just look at somebody and you could just say, okay, in maybe a year or two, they groom well in the system, they'll flash out. Linebackers, he looks like one of those sideline linebackers too. So I think that was a great pick too. So
that was a great pick, and we kind of been talking about accolades, and Jalen Ford was first team All Big 12 in 2022 and 2023. So these guys are they perform well at the collegiate level. So these aren't scrubs that are getting drafted, even though we might not know about them professionally, but looks like they did what they were supposed to at the collegiate level to make that next step.
Well, Texas did have a solid defense too last year, so
I think
that was a great pick.
They were top 4, so of course.
Yeah.
I'm going to give the Saints draft an A+, and I already told y'all why. Because
Kool-Aid,
motherfucker's name is Kool-Aid. A+.
of course.
Nothing else needs to be said. Okay.
Of course.
But let's get to the comments on everybody. We asked the chat what they gave the Saints draft. Jerry says A+. So it's good to see Ziggy that Jerry's back on the optimism train, Ziggy. Mikey gives it an A++++++. Okay, Mikey. Mondog gives it a B+. So it looks like a lot of favorable grades so far from the Who Dat Nation. Bad Juju, my cousin Migo, gives it a solid B. Okay. We haven't even had anything lower than a C yet. Our girl, Misdemeanor, gives it a hard. She grades hard, and even with a hard grade, she gives it a B+. So that must be a really good Saints draft. If a hard grader gives it a B+. Young Hitter gives it an A-. Okay, we have not had anything lower than a C, y'all. I mean, than a B-. My dude D Nicholas, this shit more than the game certified. He gives it an A. Ziggy says, oh no, Lyndon says it was lame. I don't know if you're talking about us lame. I don't know. You gotta be a little more specific.
I think knowing him, he's talking about the draft.
I mean, he is always pretty negative. Let's see, Ziggy. J Rock gives it A-. What up, J Rock?
What's up, J Rock?
My dude Derek gives it an A-. Hoodie Jube gives it an A+++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++ And Jermaine gives it. So Ziggy, again, the vibes are strong after the draft, right? The fans are really positive about this draft. Sean,
think
you
the
ain't so
community,
positive,
the
Sean.
community has
Pump,
spoken.
pump your brakes. Pump your brakes. They only saying A+ because of what Jono said. Kool-Aid. The Kool-Aid, man. It's not because of the players. Yeah, the first round draft pick and Kool-Aid. Everything else, they just say A+ because they got somebody named Kool-Aid. They got Kool-Aid on the team. That's what it is. That's all it is. Pump your brakes, Zig. Other than that, they get a draft probably a B or C. Let's just be for real.
Ziggy, do you have a single tear coming from your eye at all this Saints positivity on the show tonight?
I'm just gonna enjoy it now while it lasts, because I know as soon as, I'm not even gonna say the season starts, as soon as preseason starts, it's gonna start coming down.
Oh man.
I don't know. It's like
Everybody
preseason
like
is
Kool-Aid.
usually, preseason is usually when the Saints always like rope us in, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, bro.
hoodie Jube, Los Angeles Rams, homie. Yeah, that's my team. The
Well,
Rams.
speaking of the Rams, Sean, what did you grade y'all draft?
Bro, I'm gonna say a B. I'm gonna say a B,
B?
bro. I like how we address the D line. Of course, unfortunately, one of the best defensive tackles, Aaron Donald, retired. But I like how we address the D linemen. Of course, we still got a young defense, but I like how we address the D line. I like how we address the secondary. I like especially the safety from Miami,
Point D.
Kitchens. I like that pick there. So I give my team a B. I like Verse. I think he's gonna step up at some point and be a dominant D line. Of course, people gonna hate. I'm not worrying about them. Y'all entitled to y'all opinions, bro. But I like our draft, Jono. I give it a B.
Well, it's that time of the year where apparently every fan base thinks that they had a great draft besides the Falcons. But it's good to see the positivity, Ziggy, because we didn't have much positivity for a while now. So
I mean, it's kind of crazy because what was our record at the end of last season?
it
What
was
did we end up? What did we?
9-8, Ziggy.
9-8 with a team in turmoil. We had a winning record. That's crazy. And then we added some youth to some areas that we needed some people to go. We filling some boys on the team. How is anyone feeling like down on this team right now? How is anyone feeling bad going into the season?
Cause they're starting to listen to the advice I be trying to give Jono every single season.
We won 9 games last year.
Zig, I tell Jono every year, bro. I know this shit's more than a game. I know it is.
It is.
Damn right.
But
Damn right.
the best way to not get hurt, don't invest all your feelings, bro.
Well,
Bro,
Sean,
we won
Sean.
9 games.
Sean,
They don't care, Zig. They want
Sean.
bro, the Saints Nation, they don't want to hit no 9-11, bro. They want 13-3, 12-4.
You know how many teams would switch with us?
Bro, they don't want to hit that, Zig. Especially with the talent that, y'all have. They don't want to hit that shit.
I feel that.
They don't want to hit it. They tired. Look, they don't want to build up that. Oh man, you see this team here? Oh, we got it, man. Man, look, we got this, man. Derek Carr gonna take us to the promised land. Week 3. Get rid of fucking Carr. Get rid of his stupid ass. Pump the press. I'm just saying, bro.
It really do be like that.
Look, my dog saying we're going 14-3. Sean, it begins, Sean. The cycle. Sean, you saw the cycle.
14-3.
It begins, Sean.
Yes.
This is where we turn it around.
Hey, I like my dog. I like that.
All right.
14-3.
Watch. Week 3, Zig. I guarantee you. Not week 1, not week 3. This fucking team, what the fuck? I can hear it now.
Hey, y'all clip this. Hey, clip this.
Oh, we will, Ziggy.
Hey, clip this, Jono.
We will.
What's this? We had 1 hour and 18 minutes. Clip it right here.
I will. 1 hour, 18 minutes. Gotcha. I asked Evan, I said, well, Evan, since you hate on the Saints so much, can he grade the Cowboys draft? And Evan says the Cowboys draft was an A-. He says they got an offensive tackle who has top 5 talent, a pass rusher who is the next Micah Parsons, and Carson, who is way better than Kool-Aid in his book. So it's good to see that. Sean, Evan is also delusional, just as much as you think the Saints fans are delusional.
You know what's crazy, Jono?
What's crazy?
We have 991 people watching this stream right now.
Wow.
We're almost at 1,000 people live.
Well, actually, Ziggy, let me tell you, bro, 40 people right now on YouTube. But Ziggy, we only got 24 likes. Can we get those likes up, Ziggy?
Yeah, man. If y'all think the Saints are going to win more than 9 games in this upcoming season, y'all go ahead and hit that like button.
Hit that.
Show the YouTube algorithm is more than a game.
Now we're really not gonna get the likes if you say it that way.
look, see, Sean even like button, not Batista, not the Batista, not the Batista.
Hey man, over 990 people. We appreciate y'all. And again, y'all, today we went over 7K subscribers on YouTube. So from the bottom of my heart,
congratulations, brother.
Congratulations. From the bottom of Sean and Ziggy's heart, definitely for my wife, because I know she said the same thing. And of course,
JD,
all of my Shady, my family, everybody who's played a part in this channel. We all thank you guys. Anyway, the more that you guys subscribe, the more you guys send the super chats. Every super chat helps us out. The more you guys hit the like button, it motivates us to just continue to take this channel to new levels. So y'all keep telling your friends about the show. Y'all keep sharing all of the shows, all the skits and whatnot. And I promise you guys, we are going to continue to do some monumental and historical things on the Jono Barnes Show. And while I'm giving some thanks, I want to give everybody a thanks who sent a super chat 2 weeks ago when we did the live draft watch along with me and Ziggy. So shout out to Brute Saint. Shout out to Human Huey Freeman. Shout out to Who That for Life Chris. Shout out to Slim John Un and Ziggy. We even got super chats, and I put an asterisk because we don't know if we haven't confirmed if it was really Dennis Allen and Derek Carr, but we got a super chat during the draft watch along from.
Out of all the hate y'all be sending their way, they still donate and support the channel. That's love right there, man.
Yeah, right. So to all people who sent super chats 2 weeks ago, this shit more than a thanks. And to everybody who sent a super chat so far tonight, we thank you guys again. Every super chat that we get, we turn right back and invest it to make the show even greater. Look, Sean got a little fancy ass microphone now, Ziggy. I think Sean took some of my super chats and said, hold on, I want to step my game up too. So for real though, thank you guys for getting us over 7K. The mission remains the same though, y'all. I want over 100K. I really do. So I want that goddamn YouTube plaque, and I got a special place in my house that I'm going to put it at. So I'm not going to say where that place is going to be until I actually get it one day. But I really want that 100K. But
and if y'all hadn't bought a shirt, man, y'all take out your phone, get the camera app.
Oh, and speaking of that, we got some new edition merch coming out real soon. So keep an eye out for that. If you're true to the Jono Barnes Show, we got some special new This Shit More Than the Game merch coming out soon. So stay tuned for that. Hey, look, we just got another super chat.
We got another super chat from the homie Derek L. He just put some in the collection.
He just said five. Yeah, I like that. He just put it in the collection. Yeah,
hey,
I like that. You know what we're gonna start doing? We're gonna do in the middle of every stream from going
a collection plate.
A virtual collection plate. But yo, we ain't saying nothing until we start getting some super chats to show up.
Hey, Zig.
Yo, Jono, we're over 1,000 across all platforms, bro. 1,000 live viewers.
Zig, I got a question. I got a question, Zig, that I think me and you need to ask Jono, bro.
Oh, we got Mickey Loomis.
We got Mickey Loomis in the chat. Wow. What a chat.
Bro, where's our goddamn Elmer's Chiwis? What?
I had it for y'all 2 weeks ago. Y'all didn't show up to the crib. I had it for y'all.
Huh?
I sent y'all a picture of the Elmer's Chiwis. I said, come and get it. Pause. Y'all didn't show up.
Yeah, I'm good now. I'm thankful I ain't coming.
Hey man, shout out to Elmer's Chewies too, because boy, let me tell you, my mom and dad tore them chips up, boy. so y'all, even if I would have told y'all, even if y'all would have came, y'all probably would have only had like one bag left that y'all had to fight for, because them Elmer's Chewies is shit more than potato chips. I'll say that for sure. But,
as y'all see, this how Jono treats us.
Can you believe? I just can't believe we don't even have still official sponsor for the show, but we do have a word from a special partner. No matter what, we all know that this shit more than a game, and now you can wear it with pride. Visit www.jonobarnes.com or thisshitmorethanagame.com and buy your This Shit More Than a Game shirt now for the low price of $28.03. You can buy it in black and gold, purple and gold, white and blue, red and navy blue, all types of colors. We've got you covered here on the Jono Barnes Show. So visit www.jonobarnes.com or thisshitmorethanagame.com and buy your This Shit More Than a Game shirt now. And let the world know, folks, this shit more than a game. Now, Sean and Ziggy, I have a question for y'all. Did y'all miss voicemails?
Hold up, we got another super chat.
Oh, yes, sir. This shit more than a super chat. This is for Sean. Hey, Sean, at least you're not as bad as Evan and his Cowboys. We them boys. We going to the Super Bowl. Oh, I'm sorry. We them boys. We going to the Super Bowl every year.
Mock his voice the way you mocked my voice last night. Go ahead.
don't know.
Oh,
We them
That
boys. We going to the Super Bowl every year. So is this super chat? Does this super chat go to Sean?
no, it goes to the channel.
He,
I think.
he directed it at Sean.
We haven't had those controversial talks yet. Like, hold on,
Yeah.
Sean Evan and them say, hold on, where
Hold
people
up.
pie
Oh,
at?
you're talking to me.
That's my super chat. Hoodie, we appreciate you, man. I saw Hoodie, you've been going on live stream a lot more lately, so I'm glad that you're back doing your YouTube thing. And again, thank you to him, to Derek, and to Bruce saying earlier, every super chat that we get, we joke about it, but like honestly, we just put it in a big old pot. It's not like I go
Facts,
take my wife, to a fancy dinner with it. Like I just invest back into the show with equipment, with upgrading software and things like that. Ziggy is providing us this amazing software. Like we just do it to give you guys the best possible content that you guys deserve. So we appreciate it. I see Derek say that his wife just ordered him a case of Elmer's, which goes to my point, Ziggy. Like, why are sponsors not like, look at the influence, right? Influencer, that's what they call it, the people who have over 10K followers. How are we not getting these sponsors to come and say, hey, yeah, Jono doing some things. We need to sponsor the Jono Bone Show. Look at that. We make moves happen. You're going to love the Elmer's Chewies, Derek, definitely. Those are some good people over there, and those chips are legitimately good.
And make sure to use promo code Jono at checkout.
Nah, we ain't at that level yet with Elmer's, but we might be. Keep your fingers crossed.
Get 5% off your order.
We're trying. The more y'all hit that like button, the more y'all subscribe, the more y'all continue to follow. Y'all gonna make us undeniable.
Oh, Sean got another super chat. This shit more than the air horns. Hoodie Jude said, hell no, I'll never send money to a Rams fan.
There you go.
I will never forget nor forgive.
So Sean, don't be texting me after the show saying, well, give me that $10. He said that money is going to the Jono Bone Show.
Hey, but you see my influence I have on the show. Even a Rams fan can donate to the Saints Nation.
Hey, Hoodie Jew, man, for real. Thank you so much, Hoodie. Hoodie, you know we love you. And y'all, if y'all any Saints fans, y'all go check out Hoodie Jew in his Saints stream. So Sean, I got a question for you. You just had a question for me. I have a question for you and for Ziggy. Did y'all miss the voicemails?
It's been a minute since we
I used to find them funny.
heard them.
I love them.
Well, guess what, guys? We're back on Tuesday nights, and that means the voicemails are back. Shout out to everybody. I hit them up last minute on YouTube, and I say, hey, y'all, we're going live tonight. I know I haven't done voicemails in a while, but if y'all want to send a voicemail about any or everything, please send me some voicemails. And, of course, we got some voicemails because we got a damn great community. Mikey sent me one, even though Mikey didn't send me voicemails, even with us not being on our traditional format for the past. Mikey sends me a voicemail every single other day. I kid you not. Hold on, I'm not lying, y'all. Let me put it up right quick. Well, no, I don't put his phone number out there, but Mikey calls me like every other day. Whatever thought that has in his mind is usually to shit on you, Sean. But we appreciate that.
Why he calling that Sean?
You know, Mikey and Sean got beef harder than Kendrick and Drake, man. But because Mikey's always showing love with the voicemails, we're gonna start off this voicemail segment with Hurricane Mikey.
Woo! Hey, John, welcome back, man. I'm not gonna lie. Last week I was searching, trying to see when you're gonna go live. It's okay, you're back now, and I saw you made the post and the Saints draft. This is my take on the draft. The Saints draft, I feel like was an A+. And I already know Evan and Sean are gonna be on their hating stuff if they even show up. I already know they're gonna do the hate. But come on now, you can't even hate on this draft. The Saints drafted their franchise right tackle, and we got Kool-Aid. Dude, I don't know how teams are gonna be able to get a passing yard on this now. They're gonna have to be doing a lot of screen passes against the Kool-Aid is literally the best pick we've made in like the last 5 years. I love this draft to the fullest. You know, in honor of Jason Smith joining you on the This Shit More Than This stream, I decided to make a little song for him. I know he's probably not here, but this is a song called This Shit More Than a Game, okay? So those that don't know, I actually made a song on the show after a Saints game. I'm pretty sure it was after the Lions game. I made a song and now I'm making another one. So let's start. We believe that this shit is more than a game. We believe that this shit is more than a game. New Orleans, New Orleans, New Orleans unite. Well, we Tell Sean and Evan to their face that this shit is more than a game. This shit is more than a game. This shit will always be more than a game. We believe in our team, but we know that they'll break our hearts. But it doesn't matter because this shit more than a game. This shitty shit is more than a game. This shit is more than, you guessed it, a game. Eric McCoy and Jason Smith are in the Hall of Fame. And now I leave you with this message, and I will tell you that this shit more than a game. I hope y'all liked it. Do I even need to say it? I mean, you just heard me say it like 25 times. But that shit more than a game.
I applaud the effort. Yeah.
So was that a diss track, or was he like serenading Sean and Evan?
Kendrick Lamar, Drake, and you, Sean, have 24 hours to respond. Okay.
I don't think I want to respond.
the way a record scratch. We got you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that even like a month of not doing voicemails, and my caller still used my voicemail line to make the audition for American Idol. Next voicemail.
Hey, what's up, brothers? How y'all doing, man? Been a little bit since I had let my last voicemail, which it was useless. This time, I saw the notification this morning. It's currently 7:08 in the morning. I saw the notification that we were going live tonight, talking about the NFL draft. And in terms of grading the NFL draft, I don't really think you can truly give like a, certified or well-educated grade on the draft until all of the picks pan out like they will, whether it'll be good or bad. But what you can do is grade the strategy that we went for. And in terms of the strategy, it's perfectly in line with what I wanted, early rounds, go for guys that are going to be starters right out the gate. So Fuaga, he should be able to battle it out and get the starting position for right tackle, because Ramczyk might be done for his entire career. So hopefully he pans out well. And then, of course, we've got Kool-Aid McKinstry as corner, and I don't know if he's going to be boundary or slot. Maybe he could be both, moving around a little bit, but I think he might start as well. As for the later rounds, that is where you get your developmental guys. Not in the early rounds like we've done before with Penny, That's where you get the developmental guys. In the later rounds with, Spencer Rattler. Obviously, he's not going to be a starter for, obvious reasons with Derek Carr and everything. But I think Rattler could be good. I mean, from the few that I've seen him in college, he was pretty good. He's pretty talented. But I don't know how well he's going to translate into the NFL. As for the other picks after him, like Bub Means, who else, Boyd, and all that, they're later round picks. You never know what you're going to get out of them. But I assume they're going to be rotational pieces for sure. But, in terms of like the strategy we went for, perfect. That's what I wanted. Now, will these picks pan out? I don't know. It's Dennis Allen we're talking about here that's running the team, and Mickey Loomis, two very big clowns. So you never know. But anyway, that's about it. See ya.
And there you go.
So, Sean, it shows you that even though people are high on the draft, it doesn't mean that we're saying, we're going to be a playoff team or anything. It just ain't that in a vacuum. It was a good draft.
Yeah, but I'm going to be a realistic fan of the NFL. I don't see y'all division I don't see any threats in y'all division, like talking about it. If you want to consider the Bucks,
the Falcons with Cousins could do some damage.
To be honest with you, bro, I don't care what nobody says. That, to me, Atlanta might really give y'all the most trouble, bro. I don't know.
We're going to do that on the future show, because it's definitely about to be the dog days of the offseason, and I have a show planned where we're going to talk about the NFC South predictions and how the Falcons have become the sexy pick the same way we were last year. So we'll talk about that in the future show. But I hear what you're saying, Sean. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Let's get to our next voicemail.
What's up, Jono? I just had a couple of quick things I wanted to say about the draft this year. Let me just first say this. The hell was that draft? Oh my God, that was such a good draft. The way how the Saints went into detail with their picks, why they did on their social media was just great. And I find that this was one of their better drafts, and I wouldn't say their history, but one of their better drafts in their time in being in the league. I'll just say that Taliese Fuaga, Kool-Aid McKinstry, Spencer Rattler, guys like that, that's who we needed. Like quarterbacks, offensive tackles, O-linemen. I mean, I don't think we needed a QB. I mean, I guess a QB could have been needed, but it wasn't really that needed. I wouldn't say it was the best need, but that's fine. I mean, a QB, that's fine. I mean, the Saints probably always have not a very good QB really ever since Drew left, but I'll take that. If I had to grade this year's draft, this is definitely a solid A. Not a B plus, not an A minus, definitely a solid A, not an A plus either. This just felt like one of the more better drafts that the Saints have had in the last few years, and I appreciate how Dennis Allen and the rest of the staff held on to it. And 15 UDFAs, or if people don't know what UDFAs are, they're undrafted free agents. That was good. I also saw those. We also got a few good pickups, but this draft was a great draft, and that's all I want to say. Thank you, Jono. Have a good night.
That's a small kid. Look, he talking about the undrafted free agents. He had to even explain what UDFA means, because somebody like Sean doesn't know what UDFA is, or he's a Rams fan. So I wish you would have left his name. I'm the worst with names. I'm sure he left it in the past, but he did his homework. He did more homework than me and you. He knew his shit.
And guess what? He did all that to even still fuck up your name, Jono.
It's all good. He doesn't need to know my name. As long as he knew Taliese Fuaga, he said it better than me. He was on his stuff. But Ziggy, again, we haven't had any grade lower than B minus. I think the Saints fans seem universally loving this draft.
I mean, even Sean gave us a B plus. So.
Right. The only one that gave a bad grade was Evan. He doesn't count. So, if I was the Saints front office, this is your time to start getting that hype going and trying to sell them tickets. While you got the fans, while you got the fans in a vulnerable position. I miss Just James. He didn't call this week, guys.
St. John said we should have drafted Just James.
Hopefully, with the voicemails coming back, we'll get Just James back. But we did hear from a very, very special person who we love.
This is Sam from the West Bank. And I know y'all see all the lights on the Crescent City connection, so you damn well know it definitely now for sure is the best bank. And Jono, I'm glad that you asked us to send voicemails again. I hope you guys have been having a good off-season, even though the Pelicans ruined it with that sad-ass performance in round one. Now you asked us to give grade on the 2024 Saints draft, and I'm not going to give a grade because we don't know how these players are going to be until they actually perform. So I'm sure every fan base thinks that they had a great draft. I'm sure Evan Dumbass, if he's on the show, is going to talk about how the Cowboys had the greatest draft of all time. But you can't really give out a grade unless you're a dumbass Cowboys fan. I will say that even though I'm still low on Carr and I'm low on Dennis and the whole regime period, it was a pretty good draft from a standpoint of us getting all the needs that we had. And maybe Rattler will work out. You just don't know. But I'm not going to give a grade, but I will say it was a solid draft.
I will say this is the first time he has sent the voicemail without sending a shot my way. That is a first.
He saved it for Evan, so consider yourself, Sean. Consider yourself lucky. Thank you, guys. Thank you to everybody who sent a voicemail. Again, I asked at 12 p.m. today when we confirmed that we were doing a show tonight. So it's good to have the diehards of the community always show out for the show. And like I said, Ziggy, universally, everybody agrees in this Who Dat Nation, apparently. This was a great draft for the Saints. Now, will it translate to the field like Sam said? That's wait and see to find out. But the vibes, apparently, from the Who Dat Nation right now, as far as the draft, and I'm saying for our outlook for the 2024 season, which we'll talk about in future episodes. But as far as the draft reaction, they're very positive, Ziggy.
I think they are correct. We're feeling pretty good with this draft. They didn't get too cute. They just went with what we needed and just started crossing and checking off those boxes. That's what we needed.
So we will now see come July, come August, and definitely come September to January, how these draft picks turn out on the field. I mean, honestly, for sure we know that Fuaga is going to start. We'll see about Kool-Aid. The rest of them are like the guy in the earlier call say developmental. So we may not even see Spencer or Ford or Boyd. Now, we might see Bub. I ain't like our wide receiver course that great, so we might see Bub. But I'm looking forward to seeing like how these guys look. And like I said, y'all, the guy.
What about the other offensive tackle, Ezra?
Don't worry about that. The guy's name is Kool-Aid. The guy's name is Kool-Aid.
I'm talking about the other.
Don't worry about the other offensive lineman.
I'm talking about the other lineman.
The guy's name is Kool-Aid.
Oh, look, we got another. Speaking of Kool-Aid, we got a cool super chat. $5 super chat from Bruce Saint. I swear I would be as optimistic as Ziggy if Dennis Allen wasn't our head coach. Dang.
Bruce Saint. The guy's name is Kool-Aid. Be optimistic. Y'all know that song? As long as you keep your head to the sky.
All right,
be optimistic. Ziggy, the guy's name is Kool-Aid.
I'll put you in the category with Mikey now.
Well, no, I got a great voice. Jason Smith confirmed it. Eric McCoy confirmed it. I got a great voice.
Sure you do.
More than again. Man, shout out to Jana Adams. Think follow her on Twitter. She's
great. She's great on Twitter.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. She's she's gonna be a future Louisiana meteorologist.
Yeah, she might take a spot.
Oh,
yeah,
so,
all right.
Shout out
we
to
love
Jana.
you, Ms. Adams. Thank you for always showing me and Ziggy love on Twitter. For sure.
Oh, always. She says, yes, Evan, D.A. Carr and Mickey got most of us feeling some kind of way about the season.
Thank you, Bruce Saint, for that super chat. Thank you, everybody. Honestly, thank you, everybody. All I can say, y'all, is the guy's name is Kool-Aid. And I can't believe you guys are still watching this crazy show. Because of that, you guys really deserve something special. Here's a gift just for you for being a fan. Are you going to a sports game or a concert or any major event? Well, buy your tickets from SeatGeek and use the promo code Jono at checkout and you can receive $20 off your purchase over $50. That's $20 off your purchase. What are you waiting for? You know this shit more than a game, man.
See, that was it right there. You know this shit more than a game, man.
Hey, Ziggy and Sean, man, we didn't leave. Like, we still were doing live shows the past month, but it's crazy, like the things that can happen when you kind of, I don't want to say take off, because again, Ziggy, like we did like 5 or 6 shows the past month. We just didn't do a traditional Tuesday show, but it's crazy the impactful things that can happen while you take a little mini break, I guess, from your traditional schedule. And do you know what crazy and awesome thing happened since we've last been on Tuesday night, Ziggy and Sean?
What happened, bro?
What's that?
We have official This Shit More Than a Game magnets being sold on Magazine Street at Parcells and Post, 5208 Magazine Street. And y'all guys can see it for only $3 next to the great Jesus Christ himself, Ziggy. We got This Shit More Than a Game magnets. Now, how awesome is that, guys? Seriously.
I can't lie. That's pretty cool, bro.
That's dope.
To have your own merch on Magazine Street, one of the most famous streets in the world, definitely top 3 famous street in New Orleans, and to have our own merch on Magazine Street for only $3. That is awesome, man. And it's not like we went up to the crew at Parcells and Post and asked for it. They came to us and say, hey, we want to sell this shit more than a game because we love what you guys are doing. And it's very authentically New Orleans. And that means the world to me. So I also, guys, that's a picture that I took when I went to the store. Since then, y'all, we've sold out of the magnets. How awesome is that? Already sold out.
Man. There you go.
Now, do not worry, guys, because there will be another shipment that they ordered. So there will be more magnets coming soon. So I'll let you guys know. But either way, make sure you guys save this information, write it down, take a screenshot, whatever. But 5208 Magazine Street in New Orleans, Louisiana. When they get another shipment, we'll let you guys know. You guys can go there, support local businesses in New Orleans, and you guys can buy for the low price of $3. An official This Shit More Than a Game magnet. I even went there, man. Look at that, y'all. Had a great time. The customer service there is top of the line. Not only with the This Shit More Than a Game magnets, but they also have some other great authentically New Orleans merchandise there. It's a great spot. Y'all got to make sure y'all check it out. 5208 Magazine Street to get your official This Shit More Than a Game magnet. And guys, even if you are not in the city of New Orleans, Louisiana, for a limited time, that they are willing to do shipments. We actually had somebody from the UK buy a magnet. We had somebody from Nashville, Tennessee buy a magnet. So that just shows you how much This Shit More Than a Game lifestyle is resonating all throughout the world, not just New Orleans, Louisiana. And that's why I absolutely love this goddamn community and why I love this city, man. Again, 7,000 subscribers now on YouTube, 10,000 followers on Twitter. You know, some big corporation might see that and be like, that's nothing. We want to go to the influencers who have 50,000, 100K or whatever. Sometimes I say, okay, look at those numbers, but see how many people are actually interacting with them, Ziggy, right? Like, see if they actually have a legitimate community. Like, you know, anybody can get 50K if I do like freaking giveaways every other week and say, hey, you know, follow me for this and, you know, get my numbers up that way. But what we are doing is we're building, I'm not trying to like anybody who does giveaways, don't get me wrong, but we've built, which I take a lot of pride in, an authentic community. And the city of New Orleans is showing mad love to what, I mean, come on, y'all, look at that. This Shit More Than a Game magnets on Magazine Street, along with the other great things that we've done. I'm not trying to poke my chest out too much, but having Eric McCoy on the show, having Jason Smith on the show, having a legitimate community. That's why I've been telling the sponsors, like, yeah, okay, maybe my numbers don't look as great when you compare it to the foodie in New Orleans who has 75,000 followers or whatnot. No, I'm not trying to hate, but like, look at the actual community. And this right here, guys, is actual community. This is how you ain't got to be the biggest person in New Orleans, but if you show New Orleans love, what they always say, New Orleans is going to show love back to you. And the city of New Orleans has been showing mad love to me and to this show since I've started doing this. So I cannot thank Parcells and Post on 5208 Magazine Street enough. I can't thank the city of New Orleans enough. I was at Jazz Fest feeling like a mini celebrity, bro. Just like at Mardi Gras. You get people stopping me. Jono! Some yelling this shit more than a game. Some asking to take a photo. Like, what the song says, Ziggy, in New York, if you make it in New York, you can make it anywhere, right?
Yes, sir.
I say in New Orleans,
yeah.
If you make it in New Orleans, you ain't got to make it anywhere else because New Orleans love top of the line. So thank you to the city of New Orleans. Thank you to everybody showing me love. And again, y'all, thank you to Parcells and Post. When they get a new shipment, I'll let you guys know. But save this address so y'all can know. And y'all can go for only $3. You cannot beat that. Actually, Ziggy, I think it's $3.28 with tax. How awesome is that, right? You can go buy a This Shit More Than a Game magnet, you know, and have it adore your house. And again, if you're not in New Orleans, you can follow Parcells and Post or check out their website. Just search Parcells and Post on Google and contact them, and they will be willing to ship some of the magnets out to people who don't live in the New Orleans region. So we can't thank Parcells and Post enough, and we hope that you guys go support local businesses in New Orleans the way that these guys are supporting the This Shit More Than a Game movement. So that was awesome. I appreciate that. You shit more than a magnet, Ziggy.
Shit's more than a magnet.
I kid you not. I'm not even like just trying. Like I went to go buy something for y'all. Like I was gonna buy, you know, like a gift.
Really?
Right? Yeah.
You gonna buy something for us?
The $3 the least I can do for y'all, right? $3. I couldn't. They were set them out. I had to I said, okay, well, I gotta get my mom and dad one. I gotta get my wife one. I gotta get my brother and sister one. But I'm waiting just like everybody else. I'm waiting for the next shipment so I can go get some so I can, you know, give you guys a little bit of love too. I mean, it's the most I can do for y'all, right? Y'all give me y'all time every week.
Yeah, we didn't get Chiwis. I mean, why not?
Chiwis, you know?
So shout out to Parcells and Post, man. That's some humbling shit. It really is. Like whenever people stop me at Jazz Fest for photos and things like that, or just stop me period in the city, that's some humbling shit. You know who stopped me at Jazz Fest also, y'all? This guy.
Hey, Evan.
You can't choose family. Y'all look at that. Look at what he's wearing at New Orleans Jazz Fest. Look what he's wearing.
Can't make this up.
People be thinking that we like, oh, he's lying. Evan's just trying to play a character, man. Evan is a certified Cowboys fan and Texas native now, and he is he wore that atrocity at Jazz Fest, bro.
Wow.
You see, I got This Shit More Than a Game merch on. I'm trying to let the world know, like, hey, this shit more than a game. He gonna show up to Jazz Fest. So he always bashes New Orleans and all that, but he could damn sure show up to our festivals and our parties and our Mardi Gras, right?
Hey man, Ev the homie, bro. He is born and raised in New Orleans. That's
Judas.
what people fail to believe.
He's Judas is what he is, man. I can't believe he was what he is.
Damn.
It's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. You know what's also a damn shame, Sean? How Kendrick Lamar eviscerated I'm using big words now.
Here we go.
Drake. So here's what we're gonna do, y'all. And morning welcome. If you guys are not rap fans, you can turn off the show right now because this is why I always say we are not just a Saints channel. We are. It's a Jono Barnes show. It's everything that Jono Barnes has interest in. We are going to talk about the rap beef heard around the world. You got to be living under a rock if you have not been following or keeping up with the biggest rap beef since Jay-Z and Nas, and that's Drake versus Kendrick Lamar. Oh man, it's been one of the greatest weeks in hip hop history. And Sean, being a fellow hip hop head, I'm not gonna call myself a hip hop head, but I am a hip hop fan. Even though Sean, I just listen to Eminem all day, but I listen to all forms of hip hop. Ziggy's a hip hop fan. We want to talk about the biggest debate going on in the world right now, and we hopefully, if we got some rap fans still watching, let us know what you guys think. But the Kendrick Lamar versus Drake beef. I'll go first, and then I'll let Sean have the floor. Sean, the funny thing is, I think Drake held his own. I think Drake did very fine so far. Maybe the battle was still going. Maybe it officially ended Sunday night when it sounded like Drake was waving a white flag. But I think Drake did a fine job. But bruh, anybody who has the gall to go on social media or anywhere and say that Drake won this battle is a goddamn lie, because Kendrick Lamar brilliantly beat Drake, not only just from a pure boss standpoint and lyrics and song, but he beat Drake at his own game. It's crazy. I'm sure Drake was very humble. Like, Drake is usually the social media king and the king of the memes and the king of winning over the social media aspect. Boy, Kendrick did a world class on how to upstage the teacher. And I'm sure Drake was like, whoa, like Drake dropped a damn good song late Friday night. And then within 20 minutes, it was a historic moment in hip hop history. Kendrick had to reply, and Kendrick had warned them earlier in the week, saying, hey, by the way, you might have a mole in your camp, wink, wink. So you better be prepared for, me knowing being 2 steps ahead of you. So I would have loved to see the look on Drake, because Drake went all out with his latest diss on Friday night. Like, he did a video for it. He took the call from Kendrick Lamar's album cover on his first album. He went to the spot that Kendrick mentioned in his diss song on Tuesday. He had made a model replica of Kendrick Lamar's fiance's wedding ring, I believe. It was Drake did the damn thing. Drake did a great job, and I'm sure Drake was like getting ready to go out, go party, go to the club. Like, yeah, we did that shit. I'm still the king. I'm the motherfucking GOAT. Boy, Kendrick dropped the response 20 minutes later. Granted, we don't know how authentic it was, because he claimed that Drake had a daughter, that Drake said, nah, I fed you that misinformation. But it didn't matter, because the fans were like, whoa, we've never seen like a comeback that fast. It was amazing. And then Drake on Saturday dropped the club song, the song of the summer, if you ask me, and Not Like Us. Even got me a viral tweet off that song when I dubbed it to the greatest show of all time, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air behind The Simpsons. Kendrick, who's not even social media savvy, did a brilliant job of just playing Drake and the fans like a fiddle, this beef. My respect and my adoration for Kendrick has gone to new heights this past week. I used to have Kendrick like in my top 10. I think I got Kendrick in my top 2 now, besides Eminem. I legitimately think I got Kendrick. Kendrick was dropping some heat, bro. Like, he was dropping great songs, great bars, while playing the 2024 social media game to perfection. It was awesome. It was awesome. I mean, I enjoyed it so much that y'all know in the private group chat that we have with our crew, people were like, "Oh, Jono, you biased against Drake, and you a." I'm like, I'm not. The only rapper that I was going to be 100% biased about is Eminem. I don't have no stake in the Kendrick and Drake game. I admire both of them. I'm still giving Drake his credit. Drake did damn fine in this beef, but you would have to be a dumbass or a Drake stan to say that Drake won this beef. No, Kendrick won this beef. It was amazing. Hopefully nobody gets hurt. I saw some reports today that Drake house, her security guard got shot. I don't know if that has anything to do with the beef. Who knows? But Kendrick did the goddamn thing. It was amazing, amazing content. It was amazing music. It was a monumental, historical, and great week in hip-hop history. And Sean, I really want to know your thoughts. Now, I wish Evan was on the show, because Evan is a Drake stan. So Evan was like, go and do like a lot of Drake stans, the 5 stages of grief this past weekend. They all kind of took a hard stop at the denial stage and saying, no, but Drake really won because, one, Kendrick's being all hypocritical and all that. And it was just funny to see, because for the first time ever, the Drake fans got to see how it felt when their idol, their favorite rapper, is the one on the short end of the stick, the one when the tide turns against them. And I always tell y'all this, Ziggy and Sean, I say, it's that Batman quote, right? You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain. Anybody who's on top, anybody, if you're on top for a long period of time, unless you tragically pass away, eventually they're going to try to take you from that top spot, and the fans are going to either get tired of you or start hating on you just because they don't like your success or whatever. The fact that Drake, it took him, 13, 14 years to finally get knocked off his perch a little bit, that's a testament to Drake. That's like a feather in his cap, in my opinion, but it happens to everybody. It happened to my dog Eminem. Like, Eminem used to be undeniable on social media, Sean. Now it's usually like 60-40 Eminem support, but like a lot more Eminem gets clowned on. And for a while, I was just at the Drake stands. I was like typing furiously on my computer, like, always debating about defending Eminem. Eventually, I was like, man, Eminem's rich. His life is fine. I ain't got to waste my life like defending his honor. Like, his history is cemented the same way Drake's history is cemented. But Jay-Z, Sean, like, eventually the tide turning, like, if you on top long enough, it's going to happen. I pray for a day that this channel and this show gets so big that eventually motherfuckers get tired of us, and then they try to knock us off our perch and say, all right, like, we're tired of y'all. Like, y'all got to come down a notch too. Like, but that happens. That means you was on top. For you to come down, that means you had to be on top. So Drake fans should take some pride in that instead of like being in this denial stage of, Kendrick wasn't that good and all that. Nah, Kendrick was not only that good, Kendrick was great. And Kendrick is winning his rap beef. And if it's over with, if there's no more songs coming out, then I can confidently say that Kendrick won this rap beef. Sean, you are a very, very smart hip-hop head. What are your thoughts on this beef, and who won, Sean?
Whew, I ain't gonna lie, brother. This is gonna be a hard follow-up because you was hitting points on a lot of things, bro. Number one, I would say this probably was it felt good to see a real hip-hop battle between two generational talents like Kendrick and Drake since I don't know, like you said, Jay-Z and Nas,
right.
50 Cent, G-Unit, Murder
I
Inc.
don't want to say 50 and G-Unit. I love that beef because I love that shady aftermath. Eminem and 50 Cent
right.
took Ja Rule down, but I don't think nobody puts Ja Rule in that category of Kendrick.
Well,
Drake.
It wasn't even about the Ja Rule thing. It was just about that diss records. They did it every week. Yeah. And the most impressive thing that I liked about this one was, like, once Drake dropped something, you had an instant response. Now, of course, nobody's gonna, like, if you really follow hip-hop, unless they just like that, which I think Kendrick is like that. But let's just say Kendrick had the clip already loaded with records, probably. All right, I got you. And I really do think that every big top artist like Eminem, Jay-Z, Kendrick, even though J. Cole, I wish he wouldn't have waved the white flag, but I think he kind of knew.
Smart to do that. I think he was smart.
He was a very smart man. But I ain't gonna lie to you, Jono. I really do think, like, these top artists, they have ammo waiting just in case. Okay, all right, I got something for you. But Kendrick is definitely winning this battle, bro. Like, that song, Not Like Us, bro, and just in general, bro. Like, I don't think people give Kendrick enough credit. Like, he's just not a lyricist. Like, he's just not no conscious hip hop rapper. He's an artist. Like,
yes,
he's an artist.
He's a Pulitzer Prize winner.
Yes, he's an artist.
His game is strong.
Right. Now, I will give Drake his props. He hold his own. He did what he had to do. He was giving it. He was throwing little jabs and, maybe a little punch here and there. But Kendrick had something to counter everything he was saying, just like that, like a snap of a finger, just like that. And I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. This shit reminds me of a couple of years ago, Jono. I don't know if you can remember. Well, yeah, you can remember when Kendrick dropped that verse that woke up hip hop, which was on Big Sean's Control song. I'm glad he did that because to me that wasn't a diss. That was more of a, okay, look, man, I'm tired of all this. Yeah, that's my brother, and I would never do this to you. And no, man, this is a competitive sport. I want to see what everybody's saying they're the GOAT. Everybody say they're number one. Everybody say I can out-rap this person. All right, let's put the pen to the pad and let's see what's up. But this, to me, Jono, bro, this was probably one of the most entertaining as rap beef in a minute, bro. And I'm not talking about that little minor stuff that we hear. This was a real rap beef. and I enjoyed every minute of it. But if you asking me who won and whose side I'm on, because I had people hitting me, that, like you said, John, on hip hop. I am a hip hop head. They had people texting my phone, whose side you on? K. Dot Drake. Instantly, K. Dot. And Drake put up that. It's not like he got washed. It's just you're not that. Like, you're not on Kendrick level, bro. That's what it is. Like, you got Jordan, and then you got LeBron. Now that might be controversial, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, that is controversial.
I'm just saying, people still pick Jordan over LeBron because of certain criterias. That's what it is with K. Dot. Kendrick Lamar just was a step ahead of Drake. It's just on a different level than Drake, and it's just that simple, bro. But I got Kendrick winning this, bro. Like, Kendrick, he creative, just in totality. It wasn't no just regular ass song where he's just dropping a diss. He was being creative on every diss record that made the people be like, God damn, all right, Drake. And it seemed like Drake was doing this thing, but it was like he was still trying to do all that little sing-along shit. Nah. That's dead, homie. Get the rapping. Let's see what you got to say. Rap it. Like, we want to see what you about. But
do you think they took it too far? Like, Kendrick called Drake a pedophile. Drake said that Kendrick beats up on his wife, fiance. Do you think that all is fair in rap beef, or do you think that?
Yes. I mean, it's a competitive nature, Jono. Some people just take it far. I mean, look at the past rap diss records we didn't have with Ice Cube, No Vaseline.
Come on,
the way he used to. I'm just saying. Look at Nas. Look at Nas with Ether. Everybody know Jay is my homie.
Yep.
But Nas was going at him reckless on Ether.
Renegade.
Tupac hit him up. So, if you in the rap game, Jono, to be honest with you, bro, ain't nothing off limits. No matter, some people just don't give a fuck. Look, Eminem. Like, I'm gonna go back to the Murder Inc. and G-Unit, even though that wasn't really a rap beef. That was
a massive
demolish. But no limits. It was no limits, even though it did go to the extreme, of course, with violence and certain fights and people getting stabbed and stuff. If you know the history between a Slim Shady, Murder Inc., G-Unit beef, you know what I'm saying? But nah, Jono, do I condone it? I mean, yeah, some people might feel some type of way about it, but it's rap. Like, some people just don't give a fuck. And if you in this sport, if you're willing to talk about certain shit, you better be willing to take it and just stand on 10 toes and get to business. If you got a problem with it, address it. That's all I can tell you. But I got Kendrick, bro. I got Kendrick, Jono.
Yeah, and you mentioned a point about like how these rappers have the ammo ready. It's because we are seeing it from a way distant outside perspective. Like, I imagine all these rappers have dirt on each other. Like, and that and Kendrick even called it. It's a weird ass Hollywood circle that Kendrick takes pride in, kind of like distancing himself from. Whereas Drake is obviously basically a socialite. Like, Drake loves being in that weird ass Hollywood circle. So Kendrick was like you say, Sean, he was ready. Like, he knew shit that he was like, and he even said on Euphoria, the first diss, he was like, hey, if you want to take it there, we can, but I'm giving you a warning. Like, I know some shit. Now, some shit people are saying isn't true, like about his daughter, but like, Drake has always kind of had the accusations of him having, I'm not gonna call him a pedophile myself, but inappropriate relationships with these young girls, and some say he's grooming them or whatnot. Drake, of course, denied it. It was and it was interesting because this was kind of like the first popular, I guess, rap beef since like the world has kind of changed. Like Sean, you mentioned the Ether, the Nas and Jay-Z beef, and the Eminem 50 Cent Slim Shady aftermath versus Murder Inc. beef. Like, times were a lot different back then, where you could like take a lot of shots, and the world wasn't as PG friendly as it is now. So like when they started really taking shots at each other, I was like, oh, I wonder how this is going to go, because like some of these things don't necessarily fly in today's world. And that's still seeing a few dark pieces, like, people saying, they're using women as pawns in this rap beef, and, getting offended by it. But I was surprised that the spirit of rap beef still being alive, that everybody was like, hey, rap, all gloves are off. Like, you gotta have some thick skin if you're gonna get into this game and listen to this type of stuff. So I was actually very happy to see that. The same way, honestly, not to change topics, but Tom Brady had the roast last Sunday on Netflix, and some of the jokes that I saw from the clips were like, whoo, there were some offensive jokes, and it seemed like everybody was like they took it in laughter. I was like, good, it's good to see that the world isn't as what's the buzzword that the people use, woke. The world isn't as woke as maybe people want to think that it is, and people can still like enjoy the art, I guess, for what it is. Ziggy, I know that you weren't necessarily following this beef, as closely as Sean and I and some other rap fans, but I guess from what you've read about it or from what you've heard of it, do you have any opinions about it?
Yeah, just kind of from what I was able to kind of gather, it was just like not even a contest really. It was clear that Kendrick was the winner of it, but it started kind of getting interesting because and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong or anything, but other people kind of started jumping in, like they got a producer that is making royalty-free beats,
Metro Boomin,
and saying
baby.
like, like Sean can write and produce a song and it won't get copyright strike, stuff like that. Rick Ross jumped in, Weekend. I mean, it's like it seemed like Hollywood or the rap industry was waiting for something like this to happen for them to kind of go at Drake, because it was kind of crazy where it's like, you know what? Yeah, F him. It's like
right. He must be a dick behind the scenes, huh, Sean? Like I didn't get
he
it.
must be, bro.
When it first happened, I think I even told Sean, I was like,
it was bad.
I was like, I'm not taking this serious because I'm like, these guys are all friends. They're all going to be on the same song in like
That's
2
what I
years. Like
thought
they're going
too,
to come
Jono.
together like the We Are the World together. Like, like this is all a gimmick.
But
like
Jono,
when I think it was Sean, like I think it was when Rick Ross like really started like doing his like Instagram stories and he was calling Drake like a white boy. And I was like, oh, this might be a little more serious.
BBLs
and
all
then
this
when
stuff. I'm like, huh?
when Kendrick dropped, I was like, oh, this is a lot more serious than I initially gave credit to. Like they really do not like each other. Like this isn't like.
And I think that's why they had J. Cole drop out, because they're like, look, you about to be collateral damage because this is something between them.
Because when Kendrick dropped the first song, the Wanted shot out on Like That. That's what it was, Sean?
Yeah. Metro Boomin and Future album.
Actually, that's just Kendrick being competitive again. Like he wants to be the unanimous number one. It's not like he really hates these guys. He just wants to like show, hey, I'm that guy. Just like wrestling, we grew up on the Attitude Era, Stone Cold and Rock. They had love for each other, but like both of them was like, hey, I want to be the number one guy. That's how I took it as. But then as it got deep and deep, I was like, oh, nah, this is hate. This is legitimate hate, especially with Kendrick and Drake. Like, this is legitimate hate.
Right.
But Ziggy, like you said, it was like the Avengers teaming up. Like all these rappers started coming out at Drake, and I'm like, well, what the hell is Drake like that much of an asshole behind the scenes that everybody who was friends with him at one point is not saying?
One thing I am appreciating about this is it's seeming like this is kind of woken up and like revitalized like the rap game and kind of getting away from that mumble rap and like kind of getting back to like what we really enjoyed about the art of rap, about the art of hip hop. So that I think that's what I'm really enjoying about this.
You know what's so crazy about this though? Everybody that dissed Drake, I'm just saying, even though Drake lost this battle, it's crazy. I was just sitting there and I was thinking like Drake was saying some shit. He really supplied a lot of number one hits for most of them guys.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, like Kendrick Lamar, Poetic Justice. That's a hit record.
Yeah.
Of course, he's
Drake
done a lot of
hits. I ain't gonna say Drake put Kendrick on, but Drake put Kendrick on his toe when Kendrick was first starting out, like to give Kendrick more buzz.
Right. Rick Ross and Drake got hits.
Future
got hits.
Metro Boomin.
It's crazy. And like I said, Jono, it reminds me so much. Once again, it's not to that level, but Ja Rule, like I say, a lot of people look at, man, it's Ja Rule, but he had I don't know what he did, but he had G Unit, Slim Shady,
like what is
he had Busta Rhymes, he had DMX, he had to battle a whole bunch of people for whatever
New
reason.
York, Jada Kiss,
great times. That was great times,
bro. And then another thing about it though, social media, it was around, but it wasn't as big as it is now as well, too, Jono. So it feels good to see rap lyrics matter. That J-Rock said, rap lyrics does matter, bro. And I think also too, Jono, as much as I tell you and Zig, I know a lot of people in the chat. A lot of people know me. I like to watch battle rap. I watch a ton of it, and believe it or not, most of these hip hop artists, that's in the rap game actually tunes in to rap battle, and battle rap is becoming bigger than some music out here.
Huge, Sean. It's a huge community
Yeah.
now.
So I mean, it feels good just to see that battle rap is starting to come back, but it's being more creative. That's what I like about Kendrick. Like, he made it creative.
Yeah.
You know, I've never seen somebody just say, somebody dropped the diss record and then 15, 20 minutes later, another diss record coming up like it's a response.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn.
Sean,
Like,
that brings me to another point. It seems like because of the social media age we're in, like I said this in a group chat last week when people were like, man, Kendrick taking too long to come out. And I'm like, I remember when Jay-Z and Nas was doing it, it was like months between songs. Like, you know, like they were waiting for the album release to like come back. So I'm like, when did this new rule? When did this new rule come that, oh, you got to drop within like a few days after somebody disses you? Like, do you like that rule, Sean? Because my opinion is that it's an unnecessary rule, especially because like these guys are powerful celebrities. Drake literally just got off a world tour. Like, they're busy as hell. Like, I'm not expecting them to drop everything that they do, and Lord knows their schedules are probably freaking full to the max, fuller than a goddamn fat man's refrigerator.
You worrying about a beef?
Full to the max. And we expect them to drop whatever they're doing, like any movie they may be doing, any project they're working on, to like drop a response. Like, I don't mind waiting a few weeks in between for some good songs instead of saying, oh, you got 24 hours to respond. How do you feel about that, Ziggy and Sean?
I mean, me personally, bro, like back in the day, they didn't drop like how Kendrick and Drake was dropping. It was always somebody, they try to do it as album sales. Like, all right, I'm gonna dish you on this album.
Thanks.
If you think about it, all right, I'm a dish you. You want to hear a response? You got to buy the album.
Right, quick, Sean, say that again. Album. I know the kids don't know what an album is.
Album.
You have to go to the store and buy a physical CD to play
every Tuesday, not Friday. Every Tuesday at Best Buy for $9.99.
It wasn't on your phone at midnight. You had to go to the store in the morning and afternoon and buy it.
Oh, Circuit City.
But nah, Jono, I like the
Radio Shack.
Yeah, bro. I mean, me personally, it's just what I told you. I really think that the top rappers like Eminem, Jay-Z, Nas, Jadakiss, all the top people that we like to listen to or that we grew up listening to, I really do believe that everyone pays attention to who's hot in the game, who they see as a threat, as competition of taking over that number one spot.
Yep.
And they have something stashed away just in case somebody throws a shot, like Jay-Z and 50 Cent. Everybody know about the Summer Jam, 50 Cent was hot. He threw a shot at Jigga. He did that because, man, I'm trying to come in the rap game. What's the better way to come in a rap game than to diss the top rappers,
the top dogs,
and get their attention? To me, that's brilliant. Like, I got the top. This dude, I'm nowhere near this man's level, and I'm gonna just diss him. And guess what? People gonna listen to it. Man, Nas. They got this dude named 50 Cent dissing you. Who? Like, who is that? I guarantee you people that didn't know him before are going to definitely go tune in because I want to see who this is dissing Nas. That's brilliant in my opinion.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't mind that somebody takes a couple of weeks to respond. Like, because if you rush the response, you can be like, that's the only thing, though, Jono. That response better be. It has to be like that. Because if you wait 2 weeks and we listen to the response and we be like, this is what we waited for? Really? All right. But yeah, bro, I don't mind the weeks.
That's how the Drake stands in our family was trying to act like when Euphoria dropped last Tuesday, they were trying to hate on it, but they couldn't deny it. They damn sure couldn't deny it. Not like us. It's undeniable. Like, I think again, Drake fans are being humble. Like, this is the same method that Drake won the Meek Mill beef with, where they were like, "That's a hit song. Who cares about what Meek Mill?" Like, Meek Mill dropped
back to back
4 songs. Meek Mill dropped like 3 or 4 songs after that, Ziggy, but nobody gave a damn. Like, back to back, it was like, it's over. Drake made a club.
Right. Back to back in clubs.
Just like now, like it's so like almost amusing to me because it's not, Drake isn't like a guy that I stand, so like I can laugh at. If it was Eminem, I'd be catching feelings. But like to have Drake's own playbook used against him and see how his fans are like in denial about it, it's been hilarious. Sean, you said as a big battle rap fan, like you're intertwined in that community. Have you seen like the opinions of the diehard battle rap fans and the battle rappers? Like, are they making their opinions now? Are you seeing like them picking sides and saying who won?
I haven't seen much of it, but most of them are pretty saying like, Kendrick Lamar is doing, he's winning the battle, of course. And he's doing what he's doing. Like everybody's saying is different. Like Kendrick is he's pushing the envelope to a higher standard when it comes to dissing. Like I said, he just wasn't making diss records. He was being creative with each record he was putting out.
Yes.
And that to me, that's brilliant, bro. Like that's genius. Like he wasn't just saying, all right, give me a beat and I'm gonna hurry up and just write a couple of lyrics and I'm gonna do this. Like, no, he was strategic. Drake was playing checkers and Kendrick was playing chess.
Correct.
That's what that was.
Kendrick dropped a club banger. He dropped a spoken word. He dropped the R&B melody. He dropped a pure rap song. I was waiting on something for him to drop a gospel songs.
Country rap
from Compton. I was waiting for him to drop a gospel song for Take Us to Church. I was like, this dude is like taking Drake out in all genres. He has earned my fanaticism and respect so much. Like I said, I had Kendrick like in my top 10. I think he's number 2 now behind Eminem. Like he really went up my power rankings of rappers after this past week. What about you, Sean? What is it? He top 3? Top 3 is still good if you got him in the top 3.
Yeah, number 3 behind.
All right, so for right now, like because obviously Eminem and Jay are now like in that legend status where like nobody.
Right.
So like,
I mean, right now in my hip hop top 5 as of right now, it's it's just really I like. I always put J. Cole. I like J. Cole, bro. J. Cole is a phenomenal artist.
Even with him backing out, you still got him at number 1?
Even if he backing out, bro. I think that's who J. Cole is, bro. Like J. Cole, he'll speak his mind, but he's not meant for battle. Like he can do it, but I think he just doesn't want to entertain all that negativity and shit like that. I mean, it is what it is, but I like Kendrick. I like J. Cole. I got them in my top 5. It's not really a lot of my artist is from the 90s, Jono. So, a lot of people not going to understand where I come from when I list them. But, yeah, Kendrick definitely in my top 5, though. Top 2 right now of artists. If you exclude Eminem.
Eminem has a new album coming out this summer.
In the summertime. Yes, I know.
Wait. Oh, we might do a whole show dedicated to that.
We had talked about that.
Yeah, I hope to have a Renegade Part 2 on there.
I don't know. Eminem and Jay haven't collab. I don't even think we ever going to see Eminem.
Jay said never again.
Yeah, because we know who won. We know who won, huh?
Yeah. Nah, not really.
And that comes from the Nas and Jay-Z beef. Like Nas actually created this thing where now whenever rappers get on the same track, they gotta have a debate about it. Used to just be like you celebrated, oh, Eminem and Jay was on the same track, and nobody was really debating until Nas put out Ether, and then it was like, oh well, who did win on that track? And we all know Eminem did win.
Nah, he didn't, but
but yeah, man, a historical, a great week. Ziggy, you said that they don't copyright. Let's see. I see dead people. I'm just trying to see if YouTube gonna put the little warning on my screen.
Hey, bro, that was cold, bro.
Damn. I didn't play this song in the gym on repeat the past 2 days, bro. Like
ridiculous,
that's the song.
bro.
Want to get your muscles going, get your adrenaline going. The Rock does the goosebumps. Man, Kendrick killed that shit, bro. I still can't believe when it came out, like in our group chat, again, we got a lot of Drake fans in our group chat. Everybody's trying to be like, it's okay. I'm like, man, y'all are really detached from. And I don't want to be like he's a social media guy, so he's just always going to go by the social media opinion. But I was like, guys, if y'all go on social media right now, what y'all saying about this rap beef is 100% opposite of what the general public is saying on social media. Like, Drake is not winning or even favorably being looked upon in this battle right now. And they can't deny it. But I will give Drake this. He's held his own. His songs have been good. They've been good. Kendrick is just on, Ms. Davina say, minor. Kendrick is just on another level right now. I guess I'll ask the final question, Sean. Do you think Drake has any shot at coming back from this? Or do you think Sunday, his little song where he was basically denying being a pedophile, do you think that he should end that is over with? Drake, go out while your head is still above the sand and just take the L, keep it moving. You're Drake, you're gonna be fine for the rest of your life. Just move away from this. What do you think, Sean?
At the end of the day, I don't think it doesn't matter what Drake does. He's not gonna recover, but it's not gonna ruin his fan base at all.
Right,
Jono.
it's Drake. It's Drake.
It's Drake. Like, people still, that's gonna even make people listen to his. To me, it's a win-win. Like, yeah, he lost the war, but people still gonna tune in because it's Drake. So yeah, I think whatever he does, it's not gonna really matter. I think people will be anticipating a response and see if he can come back. But even if he does come back with something, like, You don't think Kendrick is prepared for this? Like, you don't
Yes,
think
indeed.
Kendrick is
Well,
not ready?
I guess the ball is
You
in
know?
Kendrick's court right now because Kendrick is the one who needs to respond. So we'll see if Kendrick responds. Or if
Right.
Kendrick is like, hey, going by the way Drake sounded on, I ain't never seen Drake sounded so defeated on a song in my life. Like that song Sunday,
Right.
I was like, it's fine, but I'm like, Drake, you sound defeated. Like you sound like, whoa, I wasn't
Right,
expecting it.
right.
Again, the greatest. I mean, I think it's one of those you'll never forget where you are. Like when Drake dropped his response on Friday night, our group chat popping, Drake is back. Drake is the GOAT, you know, all the Drake fans. And then like 20 minutes later, I put the Kendrick response, and everybody was like, you could just probably visualize like, whoa, did this motherfucker really just drop a response 20 minutes later? Like, you'll never forget that moment in hip hop history. Kendrick just set the bar of rap beef to a whole new level when it was awesome. It was awesome.
Right,
It was a great week. I had trouble going to sleep because I'm like, I don't want to miss another song drop. Like, I was like, damn, if I go to sleep, I might miss Kendrick or Drake drop another song. It was incredible. Here's another question I asked Sean, and then we'll wrap up. Because I asked this on social media, and everybody was like, hell no, you can't come back from this. But I said, did you think, just like Jay and Nas, because everybody thought Jay and Nas would never rekindle, do you think that Kendrick and Drake at any point in the future will meet up, shake hands, squash it, maybe not be best friends, but like say we on the same level with colleagues, we're cordial with each other?
I think
Sean, here's the thing though. This man Drake called that man a pedophile. Like it's kind of hard to like call somebody a pedophile and then like dab him up 5,
Wait,
10
Drake,
years
Drake
later.
called. You said Drake called Kendrick that?
I'm sorry, Kendrick called Drake a pedophile. So like it's kind of hard to like call this man a pedophile.
And you know the fans are running with that, so they already calling them that.
Yeah.
Right.
So Sean, do you still think that they can actually make up? Like, 'cause if somebody calls me, but that's a serious ass allegation. I'm not gonna be chopping it up with you years later when the beef settles. And if I'm calling somebody a pedophile, I'm not gonna be friends with you, even if the beef settles 10 years later. I think you're a pedophile. But what do you think, Sean? Because I still think, Sean, that they all gonna like.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, though, you know, they're gonna be one of them interviews. One of these big media outlets gonna interview them, and somebody's gonna say, "Man, look, it was all in love and war. You know, it's competition, it's hip hop.
Yeah.
You know, if y'all believe what y'all want to believe, y'all know the real ones know what my story is. And believe it or not, further down the line, I don't know if it's going to be this year, next year, or 2 years from down the line, but don't be shocked if they do another little collabo song and that motherfucker hit. But yeah, I mean,
the money always wins. The money always wins.
At the end of the day, it's about that moolah. It's about that money. So I do think, like I say, right now, Jono, to me, I think Kendrick it's hip hop, bro. Like this ain't the first time we didn't have somebody call somebody a pedophile, a rapist, or I'm just saying.
I think it is. I don't remember anybody else being accused of being a pedophile.
I mean, hey, if you go back to some of the Eminem records, I didn't heard.
That's Eminem. Eminem's on a whole different level as far as
I'm just saying, bro. I didn't heard some disrespectful shit from that dude. So I mean, he didn't say some wild shit before.
Well, I will say 50 and John never made up, so it's not out the world, And
but I think to me, Jono, the reason why those two haven't made up because that actually started. That was real beef that started in the streets.
Yeah, that was legit. And
that was a legit beef to me.
Yeah,
like I said, Kendrick probably got in his feelings, or somewhere along the line, somebody got in their feelings about a song, or they just felt some type of way about something, and that triggered Kendrick. And he just saying, "All right, motherfucker, y'all playing with me too much. Y'all think because I'm not on the scene as much, I'm about to show y'all who I am." And it is what it is. But yeah, this gonna roll over. There's gonna probably be a new beef, not as big as this one, but somebody else gonna be dissing each other, and it is what it is. But yeah, they're gonna make up.
I don't know how my ego would be if a man made a song calling me a pedophile, and it's like the song of someone that's playing in all the clubs, and they're doing 2 steps to the song now, line dances.
Right.
Drake gonna have to have a lot.
Jono, I mean, how would you feel if somebody? I'm just saying. I remember when Jay told Nas. I don't know if that'll hit deeper, but how would you feel if somebody said, "Man, I fucked your baby mama raw," and all type of the bro? People say some disrespectful ass shit. You know what I'm saying? And look, Jay and Nas did multiple songs after that.
Yeah.
So
that's a heavy accusation, but a pedophile is a whole nother level. So
yeah, that's a whole different.
You sleep with a young girl. We'll see. I agree with you. I think they are going to make up, but I want to see how Kendrick or Drake will talk themselves when they do make up out of someone calling you a pedophile. That's
right. It does go far though, bro.
R. Kelly type accusation. So We'll see. But it was a great week. I still have, admiration and respect for Drake. Like I said, I think he did a good job. I just think Kendrick right now shows that of this generation, he's the GOAT, in my opinion. And he has a stand in me now. So we'll see what goes on further with that beef. We'll see if Kendrick drops anything or if Sunday night when Drake dropped his response was kind of like the white flag. But if it was, man, definitely one of the greatest hip-hop beefs of all time. Definitely one of the greatest weeks in hip-hop history. And I'm glad that we all were alive to view it, to cherish it. And I think the lesson learned in this is don't fuck with Kendrick, boy. Do not fuck with Kendrick.
Hey, leave them quiet people alone, bro.
The man lives in a studio. Like, he ain't out socializing like Drake is on red carpets and partying with the Kardashians. Like, you gotta leave the Eminems and Kendricks who live in the studio alone because they live for this type of stuff. Like, they just be waiting for someone to poke the bear. So, but that's why also, Ziggy, like I said, like I also appreciate that Kendrick also beat Drake at the social media game because I was like, well, I know Drake is like the meme king, like the kids love him with the memes and all that, and Kendrick was able to beat him in that game too. So it was like, damn, like Sean said, Drake was playing checkers, Kendrick was playing chess. It was crazy. You see Evan in the chat right now still trying to, in his denial stage about his hero losing the battle, but it's okay, Evan. Your hero's going to be A-OK. Man, we thank everybody for joining us. I thought this was going to be a short show. We wound up going over 2 hours, but we still got over 1,000 people watching on the stream, and we thank you guys for even rocking with us even when we stopped talking about the Saints and started talking some hip-hop. Great show, guys. Again, I want to thank you all. We went over 7,000 subscribers today. That is awesome. I appreciate the hell out of you guys. Make sure y'all go on Magazine Street, 5208 Magazine Street at Parcells and Post and get your This Shit More Than the Game magnet for $3. Keep your ear to the street when the new shipment comes in. Oh, by the way, y'all, also, I met Demario Davis.
Oh, nice.
Talk about two guys who personified this shit more than the game. And I begged them, y'all. I begged them like I was the Temptations. I begged them to come on the show. So hopefully one day we'll have Demario Davis in this shit more than the game. Actually, while I was like literally begging Demario Davis to come on the show, and I was like showing him pictures from the Eric McCoy interview because I was like, hey, look, I have Eric McCoy on the show. So like I'm certified. I'm true to this. I'm not just like some random ass guy with a podcast. Like I'm legitimate. Eric McCoy literally like came up to us while I was showing Demario Davis the pictures of me and Eric McCoy. So I was like, won't God do it? This was at the Pelicans game when we got swept by the Thunder. So that's like that Denzel Washington meme. Ziggy, the Pelicans got swept, but I was like, well, I'm leaving here with something. Shit, I'm not going out. The Jono Bones fan is going to leave here with something if the Pelicans are going to take a sweep. So Demario, now maybe Demario was just like, being nice. Like he probably gets us all the time. So he was like, oh yeah, like I'll come on your show. But he
didn't want to just shut you down.
Yeah, which I understand. But boy, one thing about me, just like Kendrick is rootless, I'm a rootless motherfucker too. So Demario, you said that you were interested, you took the photo, so that means I will get you at one point on the Jono Bones show. May not be this shirt. I'm gonna get Demario Davis on the Jono Bones show because he is this shit more than the game certified. And Sean and Ziggy, you two are definitely, even though Sean's a Rams fan, this shit more than the game certified. Over 10,000 followers on Twitter, over 7,000 subscribers on YouTube. I could not do it, truthfully, guys, without the support of you guys. I appreciate everything you guys do for the show. And I want to give you guys your flowers for helping me take this show to another level. It's cool to do your own show and talk to yourself on a camera and try to follow the chat. But when you have people you can actually feed off of, and you guys actually, along with analysis, provide entertainment, that just made this show and this streaming portion of my content career and podcast career go to a whole nother level. So I thank you guys for everything you've done for the This Shit More Than a Game show brand. I'll get you guys a magnet, and I'm sorry about not getting you guys the Chewies.
He ain't sorry.
I know he not. But yeah,
y'all got any final words?
No, congratulations, and I'm happy for you. I'm glad we got the subscribers up. Just continuously hit that subscribe button and tune in every Tuesday. And that's that, man. I'm proud of everybody, everybody that's involved with the production and, just everybody just coming together and trying to build something together as a unit. So that's a great milestone. 7,000 subscribers, 10,000 on Twitter. Just it's only up from here. So I just appreciate Jono for allowing me to come on his platform as well, you know, to be a part of this. And thank you all for, even though I'm not a Saints fan, y'all still accept me. We know, but y'all still accept me, and I appreciate your love and support I get from y'all as well. So just thank y'all for that, man. Just thank y'all.
Ziggy, any final words?
The only final words I had is I was told something over the weekend that was that kind of stood with me. It was that and this is not sports related, anything like that, but just if this could help one person that's listening right now, then mission accomplished. But they say storms are inevitable. Everyone goes through something. I don't know what anyone is going through right now, but we do appreciate that people say that this platform brings joy to you all. So always, and I want to leave y'all with this last thing. And they say, storms are always inevitable, but do not let the storm, become you. You do not become the storm. Make sure that you equip yourself with the proper materials to protect you from the storm. Become stormproof. That means surround yourself with people like Sean, like Jono, with people in your life that'll protect you from those things in your life. So whatever you're going through, just know that it's not permanent, it's temporary, and definitely reach out to any of us if there's anything we can do to help y'all out, because this is a community, and we appreciate
this shit more than a community.
Yes, sir.
This shit more than a community. Ziggy taking us to church.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate y'all. Hey, I think while we were on the show, it was announced that next Wednesday the NFL schedule is finally coming out. So
took long enough.
Geez, we just got back on Tuesday, and of course, NFL drops the schedule release on Wednesday. So either way, I don't know about next Tuesday, but I will definitely do a schedule release live stream special next Wednesday, because I'm sure fans are going to be excited to see the same schedule. Probably at like 8 o'clock, 8:30. So if you guys are watching right now, if y'all want to discuss the Saints, hell, even the Rams and Cowboys schedule, if Sean and Evan are available Wednesday night next week, we'll discuss the NFL official schedule release Wednesday, May 15th. So we would try our best. Well, me for sure. Can't promise that Ziggy and Sean, they got their own lives. I can't just say, hey, y'all gonna be on the show next Wednesday. But next Wednesday for sure, we'll do a schedule release discussion. And Ziggy, you can make, if you're able to join, you can talk about how the Saints are going to go 17-0, huh?
Oh, not 17-0, 16-1, because we're going to be resting our starters on the last game of the season. So
okay. Well, I guess there's only one thing to say left, y'all. And this shit more than a game. See y'all next week.